And we're live.
Yes.
Have you ever done a live podcast?
I want to say Cash Color Cannabis was live, but they still recorded it. But he did live.
Yeah, so the video and everything will be up on YouTube tomorrow, and the audio will be up on Spotify, Apple, etc., etc.
And we are recording.
And we are live.
Yes, sir.
Me. Hello, everybody.
Really,
Welcome to a pod named Kickback.
really,
I just wanted to make sure all the ladies out there knew one thing.
yeah, whatever.
See, my phone says voice is crazy. My phone says voice.
Right here.
I thought you were about to break out and sing some R&B over here.
Nah.
So you just slow it down.
Do a
over
cigarette
there.
commercial.
Cigarette commercial. That was awesome. That was perfect.
I'm gonna let you hear one of these legendary new to man songs.
Well,
I have songs in my catalog that women religiously masturbate to.
I'll pass. Let's keep it.
It's the song.
alrighty then. Let's get it cracking.
Alright, so we ready for introductions?
Indeed.
Go ahead and get this thing started expeditiously.
Indeed. Yes.
So welcome to a pod named JB. What's the name of the show?
It's a pod named Kickback, nigga. A pod named Kickback. Say it with me now. Those of you who know the Boondocks, like he said, it's like a Tribe Called Quest. You say it all together, right?
Did you want some more notes?
Yeah, but not enough to be like, oh yeah, I remember that part.
This Cat Williams character means a pimp.
A pimp named Slickback.
What was his name?
Name's
Mike, all the way up. Oh yeah, we gotta get on y'all too.
Name's Slickback.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Yes, I watched it.
Alright, so welcome to a pod named Kickback, also known as the Black CNN, and the revolution will be televised. I'm no breaks new, the righteous ratchet. If you throw it, I catch it. If you got it, I'll match it. Every Monday, we right back at it. I feel fantastic. You hear me?
Indeed. What's up, y'all? It's JB Frank. I'm that gangster geek representing NWA, Nerds with Attitude. Happy
Hey.
Monday, right?
And we have a few special guests in the building.
Yes.
We'll start with the virgin to the show.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the only thing she. But so we have erotic author. I won't say panelist. What I say? You throw events.
Event curator.
Host. Podcaster, YouTuber. She's part of Jay-Z's team that's buying the new jets in the NFL. She's doing a lot. She's doing a lot. We're going to talk about that too. We have the lovely Jade in the motherfucking building.
Yes.
So for those that don't know, give them a little bit about you.
Well, I am Jade, your erotic storyteller, and I am a storyteller, an event host, event curator, podcaster. It's not.
Yeah, it's not working. I'll take that one.
All right. An event host, curator, podcaster, YouTuber. I am just the one that's going to make you guys talk about sex, no matter where we are.
All right.
Don't matter.
Sounds
No
good.
matter. At your parents' house, we're going to have that conversation.
I do. So we got a lot of shit to talk about today. Jay-Z and the NFL, we got to get into that. We got to get into some of those new shows on Amazon, The Meat Doc, The Boys.
Yes.
On Netflix, Marlon Wayans has a show called
I watched that
Sex.
Sex.
I fell asleep to that.
It was
drunk.
good.
I know it's funny. I know it's funny.
She's been watching it, so she
No,
I finished it.
Yes,
No, the new one I haven't watched it yet. I was waiting on it.
Oh, all right.
And please introduce yourself.
Yeah, that's right. Introductions. Oh, I'm Jeremy. Familiar face. Nothing much about me. Nothing special.
Wow. Okay.
There it is.
There he
Yeah, what
is.
am I?
Well, you are you. I'm still with you. So you got one special.
Well, apparently I'm not special at all. I'm kidding.
Bullshit.
Hey guys, it's Nicole. It's nice to see you again. It's good to be back here at the Pod named Kickback.
Hey, well, both of y'all special because of 48, but we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
I got the strength.
So let's kind of get into, finally remember. JB, can you reach those cards right there?
Yeah.
Finally freaking remember. So, check that out. These are playing cards. You see how they got the brothers with the afro and all that. So the Black Pack. I ordered some cards online. The company's called the Black Pack, at the Black Pack on Instagram. And they're playing cards for spades, tongue, gin and rummy, 21, whatever you want to play. But the face cards all have African Americans. So it'll be from the 70s with an afro, from the 90s with DJ equipment. The jokers, the hearts might be kings and queens in Africa. So it's all African American themed or African themed, whether you're here, there, wherever you are. And we had these at
Where online?
I got them off Instagram at the Black Pack. And I just wanted to shout them out. They when I made my order, they were backed up and it took forever to get it. But they were so humble and so gracious. They sent me an additional back just to apologize for how long it took.
Worth the wait.
Yeah, so worth the wait. And I was like, you know what? I understand the new business. Your demand hit. You weren't ready. I'm not gonna give up on black businesses. So yeah, did I have to wait a little bit? Yes. But they were more than nice, gracious, and accommodating, and they gave me a free back.
And then sometimes it's best to get all your orders in and then fulfill them on new businesses instead of making so many items and not selling all of those. And you just have a closet filled with black cards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Like JB has a closet filled with skeletons. I mean,
Oh, Lord.
it's a lot going on. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, yeah.
All right. And speaking of JB's skeletons, I want to talk about something out. I'm in a couple free groups, and this was something that came up. Well, something I brought up actually. The importance of putting on a show during sex, and I'll tell you why it came up. And bless your heart, I would never speak ill of any woman I dated. But let's just say I dated a woman who, for example, her idea of good head was just going up and down on my dick as fast as she could. And that was her idea of good head. Just going fast up and down. And I was just like,
That's no good.
and I didn't know how to explain to her that just wasn't going to cut it. And then I was with someone else, and I was like, oh yeah, this is why that didn't cut it. This is why. And I realized she put on a show. I mean, we sitting having a conversation, standing up in the kitchen, she would just drop to her knees, pull it out and smack her face and drew down her titties, and it was a performance.
Right, yeah.
Like this was a show. And I was like, I want to pay to watch this, even if it wasn't me. Like this is a show. And I was like, that's important. Because a lot of people can do the moves, but that still don't really get me going. I want the performance. Spit on it. Smack yourself. You know what I'm saying? I want a show. And it don't have to be oral sex. It can be, during the actual physical act of having sex. But I want a show. I want something that's, men are visual creatures. I want something that's going to make me go like, God damn. Almost for a second forget that it's happening to me. I'm just watching it. Like, that's when you won. And I wonder, is that just a man thing because we're visual? Is that for the ladies as well?
No, it's for the ladies.
I was going to say it goes both ways, but you have to really just speak for yourself because not everybody likes a show. You have some very vanilla lovemakers who just want very basic sex. Now, you prefer that it be a certain way. And so do I. Like, I like to be able, I want to record so I can look back like, damn, we can make some money off of that. But you got people who are very basic, so we can't assume that everybody wants a show.
Right, and I think the question is, what is the importance of putting on a show during sex to you, I guess? To you guys?
I think it helps with the arousal part of everything. It keeps sex interesting. It keeps sex exciting. It also has a lot to do with your self-esteem as well. Like it makes a woman feel good when she's putting on a show and her man can admit, like, yo, you doing that, you doing it. You know what I mean? That helps a woman.
That sums it
I
up.
agree.
That sums it about it. Exactly. That sums it about
Not
it.
really much more to say.
Well, try. We're doing a podcast here, guys. Try to expand on it.
Fellas, were you listening? Because, I mean, Yeah, I mean, a show is good when it, I mean, like you said, it makes. I mean, sex is great, so why not make it even greater? Why not, anything worth wanting is worth working for, right? Why do anything half-assed, including having sex? You know what I'm saying? When you do it better, it is better. It's just that simple.
But is it better or is it the show aspect? Because those are two different things. Having mediocre sex, you can still put on a show and it can be mediocre.
Well,
the actual sex part. So are you speaking to the show being better or to having, like, what are you saying exactly?
Yeah, I mean, regardless of the physical aspects that play a role, clearly, the show makes that whole sexual experience, that whole thing. Well, yeah, it makes the whole thing better. Like sex isn't just literally the act, the pussy, the dick, whatever. It's kind of like your little mini event, So
but
why
you
not
can't
doing it right?
focus so much on trying to have a good show that you
Absolutely
miss out on
true.
what you guys are here for. You're so
100%
focused
true.
that you're like, oh shit, we both forgot to nut. Like,
That's not a good show.
No,
That's not,
but
Yeah, first of all,
you can tell you might
like
send
about-
people the wrong message. Like, you gotta put on a good show, and they might get in their bedroom, and she might be like, all right, I gotta make sure that I'm looking a certain kind of way, looking this way, and forget why she's really there.
I agree with that. Nicole, you've been quiet.
That's good.
As I put this in the Black Poly Love group.
I'm dabbling in my mind because, for me in my relationship, I like to look good for my man. I like to put on a show. I like to spice things up. I like to buy new things and try new things and new stuff, but not too crazy. But as long as I'm comfortable and he still makes me feel sexy and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing and he does vice versa, then I'm happy. I mean, honestly, I would say we've been together for almost 4 years, and the more and more you're with somebody, I feel like the dirtier the sex gets. because you're so comfortable with this person, and you know who you're dealing with, and with us, there's no judgment, there's no fear. Like, you want to try this? Okay, only try once. We don't like it, we don't do it again.
That's true.
That's my rule. My rule in relationships is we gotta try it once.
Yeah.
There's no saying no. Like, we try it, we don't like it, we ain't gotta try it again.
At least
But we gotta try
Just make sure you
everything
find a
once.
safe word.
That's where communication comes in.
Exactly.
Communication
Oh,
before
you know,
That's what I also love about it, is that when you're communicating with your loved one, I mean, you should be able to communicate with your loved one. If you're uncomfortable with a certain position, or if they don't feel comfortable, you should be comfortable in letting them know that that's
I
not
don't even
for
say
you.
anything. She's pretty much just summing it all up.
They can't hear you, Jeremy.
I don't even say anything. She's pretty much summing it all up.
Put the mic on the table.
Mic drop. Mic drop.
Like, damn.
That's how I'm tuned, Joe.
Exactly.
So all of us here appreciate a good show.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
I mean, come on.
As in this group, yes.
I mean, who doesn't want their man to come in and magic mic them and vice versa? Come on now. I'm sure you would love for your girl to come in, bring a pole, be like, baby, sit down and show you a good time. Pretend you just sit back.
Yes, and if you're watching, yes, I would.
Here's some shit I'm gonna throw on you, baby.
If you're watching, yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Shoot me a text and let me know you saw this part.
Come on, ladies. I'm trying to help this man out.
Her ourselves first. I'm sorry, man.
You cannot do 48. Don't you?
Yeah, I'm not trying to put it. I got a broken ankle. I'm gonna do something. I gotta walk again. We gotta. Now, check this out. Just because it just came up. My sex life, once I broke my ankle, was different because I was very limited in what I could do. Because I would still be on a scooter, like not even walking, but still fucking. Because I'm saying,
So that's why I heard
Yeah.
all the squeaking on them wheels.
That's what was going on.
I was like, yo, why are you saying this? Like, what am I supposed help, pray with me, brother. I'm trying to help you.
but I'm gonna tell y'all, it was Jade's fault. Now ask me why.
Damn.
Why?
Jade threw this panel, this sex panel,
Indeed, she did.
and invited me to be on the panel. And I explained what I like and what I like to do. And apparently what I like and what I like to do is popping in the streets.
Okay.
So I had a couple A young lady hit me up after your panel to say that she wanted to fuck me, wanted me and her boyfriend to fuck her. And I was like, your boyfriend is
So if I scroll through the list of people who bought tickets, can you play the tickets?
She's like, I need to know who you are.
They hit me up like, hey, yeah. And then she was sending me little information, and I was like, so is your dude gay or something? Like, what's going on? She's like, no, I don't want you two to interact at all. And I was like, well,
So I had to
you
freak
weren't.
feel that.
So we just get off by watching.
Yeah, and I guess we would fuck her separately. And then she did mention like, let me hit her from the back.
So not quite cuckolding, but just
not quite cuckolding, but
because
like
he wants to enjoy. So almost a threesome, baby.
yeah,
Yes.
Now is that a threesome or
It's a
something?
threesome. We're not gonna have this discussion.
Is it threesome even if two girls are doing it and guys watching the station? That's the kind of
Well, no, this is two girls having sex and he's just watching. No, that's just you guys having
All
sex.
three has to be active within.
Yeah.
So this is my difference between a threesome and
It's not a
a
train.
train. A threesome is when all three people participate. So if it's two dudes and a girl, then the two dudes are by and they deal with each other too. Everybody interacts in a threesome. And in a train, it's 2 against 1. But if the two of the same sex don't.
Okay. I know you got some other stuff on
Okay, so.
that's one conversation. We'll say that for another
We'll say that whenever.
Because that's a conversation that can go on
Forever.
Because
Yeah.
a man
Stuck
has a
on
different
this.
opinion about what a threesome is. And technically a threesome, regardless if it's a man and 2 women or 2 women and one woman and 2 men, it's still a threesome.
I don't differentiate it based on sex. I differentiate it based on the interaction.
So if the 2 men are enjoying each other, then that's the threesome.
In my mind, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not by. I am
So
not
what
saying
if
I'm
the
right.
2 women? What if it's 2 women and a guy, but the 2 women aren't?
Then they ran a train on him. They ran a train on him.
Okay.
We talked about this a couple years ago. And it was like, so they ran a train on you? And I was like, yeah, I guess so.
Moving on, next subject. Moving on.
Damn.
All right. So we're gonna move on, but we're gonna come back to erotic storytelling because we have Jade in the building. We're gonna get back to some erotic conversation, but I shall say this. My last joke just went viral. Our viral story of the day is Jay's uncle Sean Carter, Jay-Z.
Okay,
I've been missing you.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
He started a partnership between his company Rock Nation and the NFL. Details are a little sketchy, but what we know as of now is that he's going to be in charge of, or he's going to have 50% ownership or control over the halftime performances, any performances in relation to the NFL, any songs created to promote the NFL. And he's going to have 50-50 partnership ownership in the NFL's initiative to bring about social justice reform. So he'll be hitting both of those, who have 50-50 stake in both of those. Some people were outraged by it. They thought it was a sellout move. They were upset he didn't include Colin Kaepernick. They were upset he would do any kind of deal with the NFL, period. And they were upset that he told other people not to perform last year at the halftime show when he was boycotting. And now he's not boycotting. So there it is. People have their own thoughts. I'll go on record saying I think all of y'all are batshit crazy conspiracy theorists, and I call them the folk, the fake woke. Y'all niggas ain't woke. Y'all niggas is faking on here. But the facts of the matter is Jay-Z's going to have a 50-50 partnership on both sides. And now he's rumored to be purchasing a majority stake in the New York Jets, which will make him the first majority African-American owner in the history of the NFL. So it's a legit seat at the table if all of this comes to fruition. Social media went fucking crazy. I have been arguing on Facebook all week. Before I give any more of my thoughts, I just want to throw it around. What do you guys think about this move? Is it a good move? Is it a bad move? Is he helping out? Is he selling out? Well, Jay, I toss it to you. You're the Harvard graduate. Tell us what you think.
It's a boss move on 3 different levels primarily, especially. Allow me to point out, first of all, that we were talking about this at my birthday kickback on Friday, and what I said that night, what I said was his next step is he's going to be looking to buy a team. I said he's going to be looking for % ownership in the team. I said that on Friday. Between then and now we understand that he's put up, I believe it's a $500 million stake in. Rumored. Okay, ownership of the Jets. Here's what Jay-Z is doing, and here's why it's a boss move. Guys, the only way you affect change in any environment, anywhere, is if you acquire the power for your decisions to be enacted. You need power in order to affect change. Jay-Z is going after it. You need power in order to affect change. Jay-Z has garnered for himself power over the greatest entertainment vehicle on earth.
Yeah.
The NFL is the greatest entertainment media on earth. They are a $4 billion a year industry by themselves. And now he's responsible for all of their prime time, big time, message giving, activationist.
Super Bowl halftime show. He can have a podcast out there if you want it. He can have a pod named Kickback. You want to do the halftime show, Jamie? Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Make sure the numbers are right.
I rap to my uncle, we'll get it cracking. But this is such a boss move. It defies reasoning for anyone to be mad at this, because this move, it's one of the greatest black entertainment moves that I've seen in our decade. I'm gonna be honest with you. It could potentially be that big because the NFL is that big.
And before we speak to the detractors, I want each of you guys' thoughts, just your actual thoughts on it. Jade?
So I think it's a great move. I think that we have to give it time to see what actually happens. I don't recall Jay-Z ever leading us in the wrong direction with all of the different moves that he makes for the culture. I feel like this could be a great move for us. This could be something that we could ultimately take. I mean, listen, if we can have ownership of or take control of the halftime shows, think about what he could put out there that would benefit us. So that's what I
did.
Right.
With a Black Panther halftime show.
It'd be more black commercials, it'd be more black businesses being advertised, it'd be more black performers. So I just see it as a great move for the culture, and I just think too many people have too much to say, and they're not even in a position to do anything. It's like, you can't get out there and make these moves. Like, you want us to take a knee, or do you want us to do,
Thank you.
Yes. And before we get on y'all asses, because we coming. We coming like a nigga in the whole house. We coming. But before we get there,
Wow.
Nicole, what are your thoughts on Jay-Z's move?
Wow. Yeah, you heard that. Yeah, he tried to.
I'm traumatized every day.
He tried to slip that one in. Boom, boom.
I really do feel like Jay-Z has been in this game since, since way before I was born, maybe before.
Yeah, his first full album was '96.
I'm only 22.
Just y'all two.
Yeah.
Not us. This young side of the show. Y'all the old side.
Well, I'll take that.
I'm a millennial.
I'm just saying.
But as I was saying, I feel like Jay-Z has been in the game for so long. He has not, that I've seen anyway, made a wrong move. I mean, he's one of the, like you said on Friday, he's one of the billionaires in the world. And honestly, I believe it's a good move. I feel like he can actually create and bring a lot of good things in the next couple of years or maybe decades from now. So I believe it's a good move.
Jeremy, the thinker.
Yes.
What are you thinking, thinker?
Well, first off, when did this come about on social media? When he became part of this?
Yeah, well, their announcement was Tuesday?
Yeah, so it hasn't even been like a full goddamn week.
Nope.
Give this man a fucking shot. Give it some time to see what he's gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
He knows what he is doing. And I don't even understand why there is like so much backlash onto as boss moves of what he is doing, because he knows exactly what he is doing. he made the goddamn moves. Nobody else will make these goddamn moves. Clearly, the boycott did not do much at all last year because the NFL is the top.
And y'all still watching?
Yes, exactly.
And I do want to throw it out there that me and JB boycotted for about a year and a half.
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
Well, all of us did.
Yes.
And we just, once Kaepernick got paid, we started watching again.
Yes.
So when Kaepernick got his money from the NFL, at least they gave him the money, and I started watching last season.
Yes.
Just want to throw it out there.
Yes.
Okay, let's go there. I didn't want to go here this soon, but let's go there. It's just I just said it. Kaepernick received the settlement from the NFL. We're not blackballing you, but coincidentally, you can't get a job. So since this is what's going on, we will just give you some money. How much do you want? And he named his price, and they obviously met it. Maybe they came a little short of it, maybe they were a little above it, I don't know. But he accepted it, so it must have been enough. He accepted the deal. He got paid from the NFL. He got paid from Nike. And now he's moving on with his life. I think he still wants to play in the NFL.
Absolutely.
But I mean, you settled. If I sue you because you broke my TV and then you give me a cash settlement for the TV, I can't keep going. You broke my TV. You broke my TV. You broke my TV. You gave me the money.
Yes.
I mean, that's usually what it always comes down to in the world of business like that is money. Anywhere you go.
So we can dispel the he shitting on Colin Kaepernick thing, right? That's total bullshit because Cap took the settlement. So Cap did what he thought was best for him. And we were up in arms like, why are you settling, Cap? Don't take a settlement. Don't take that money. What's wrong with you? You selling out.
Everybody was happy that he did.
Right. So Cap got his money.
Almost everybody.
Yeah, almost. It's always a couple. So Cap got his money. So I don't want to hear shit about Jay-Z shitting on Cap. Cap got his money. He took the settlement. You cannot take the settlement. So I don't want to hear that shit. What else are they saying?
He brought him in with them.
He should have brought him in with him. Why?
What?
Right.
Why? I do a lot of business. And JB, my brother, Jeremy, my brother, and I bring them into some of it. I can't bring them into everything.
Right.
Jeremy does things he can't bring me into that business, but he'll bring me into something. And same thing with JB.
Exactly.
We can't all bring each other into everything we do.
And you should
And
expect
Cap
that.
isn't a businessman.
What the fuck
Cap
does
is a
Cap know
football
about running
player
entertainment?
/ a revolutionary.
Right, thank you.
At one of the top high seats in that whole committee.
Yeah, I mean, so what the hell what
We want Cap to pick who sings at halftime?
Hell no.
Fuck around and pick Nicole or something.
You gonna go to Nessa, she gonna be nice. You need to get.
No. So you do a great job at halftime.
Actually, I hope you know I do sing and I can
Oh, you sing?
Yeah, she does. She did karaoke.
Oh,
Let me rephrase that. She does karaoke, actually.
Oh,
it's a
okay.
difference.
Okay, yeah, that is
Do it,
different.
and then you do
Yeah, that is
that.
different.
So, like, first of all, you know I actually can't sing besides karaoke. You know that.
Yes, but I am putting you on the spot.
But let us hear something.
Not today.
But not today.
When we have another moment.
See, that's why Cap would have picked her and she would have got on stage like, not today.
First of all, I won't be answering to Kaepernick in the first place. Because he don't know entertainment, so how was he going to know?
Oh, true.
Ah.
Good point.
I like how she brought it back to the topic.
Right, good job. So, there's no reason for Jay-Z to have Cap in that business.
Thank
If Jay-Z does become majority owner of the Jets, I would suspect Kaepernick would have a job as a backup.
Yeah, why not?
Even the most, you will even get a shot at a tryout, too.
How about this? Let's say all of this is true and Jay-Z does become owner of the Jets. Is he obligated to give Kaepernick a workout? Not a job, just at least a workout.
Yes. I would
Yes?
say yes.
Obligated?
Obligated.
No.
To the mic.
I say not obligated.
No.
Like, fully obligated to the New York Jets?
Well, you obligated to give him a chance. Not to sign him, not a guarantee, but I will at least give you a chance to audition.
So, not a tryout.
Well, yeah, a tryout. Just only a tryout. Is he obligated to give him a tryout? You can give him a tryout and say, no, you don't make
It
it.
depends on like when in the season. Like he might have to make him like wait till next year. But that might make people even more furious than they are now.
Because I know if he does become owner and he doesn't give him a tryout, the rules will go crazy.
Exactly.
So I'm trying to see your thoughts. So, yes, he should. It's up to him. No, he shouldn't.
Now I would kind of say it's a little too late because he's not that far into the committee of like this move that he's doing right now yet. This is gonna take quite some time to him to make some moves.
And he might not even get his ownership to the end of the season.
They are going to drag it out as pretty much as long as
Okay,
they can.
let me put you on the spot. If Jay-Z becomes owner today, and there's total autonomy of the team today, and the season starts in 2.5 weeks, is he obligated to give Kaepernick at least an audition?
It still won't be enough time.
Well, he could give him an audition. He can do that.
He can, but it's still.
I'm backing you to a corner. Yes or no? Is he obligated to give him okay? Is Jay-Z obligated to give Cap an audition?
Obligated? I would say more of no, he don't have to do it, honestly.
Okay.
But if he wanted to, yeah, he could do it, but the worst that could happen is he tried out and no, not gonna happen.
I don't want to say obligated because you're not obligated to do anything. Is it nice? Is it a good gesture? Then yeah, so be it. You know, as a friend, yeah, hey, come on, try out, but I'm not obligated to do shit.
I like that answer. I retract my answer. I like that.
JB?
No, he is not obligated because as a business owner, you're not obligated to hire anyone. I honestly don't know how Jay-Z feels about Cap as a quarterback. We're laying out, we're laying out a major fucking decision here. We're talking about the quarterback position in the NFL. Oh yeah, let's just throw it on a nigga who hasn't played and what.
It would be a backup. They have their quarterback of the future, Josh Rosen. So they have their star.
I
Cap would not start at all.
I understand that. I'm keeping it a buck with you, new
Even as a backup.
That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
I respect
like
it.
there's a decision that needs to be made there, and it is not a political decision. It is a football decision. So no, fuck no. Matter of fact.
All right, and
Especially since
we
he got paid.
all know.
Yes.
I've been called a Jay-Z super fan. I've been called a stan. I've been getting all kind of backlash from my support of Jay-Z. But I will be the oddball. I think he is obligated to give him an audition. Not a spot on the team, but at least an audition. At least let him show you what he can do. And if it isn't good enough, then don't pick him. But give him the chance to show you. I will say that. And I don't mean it's legally obligated, like your company goes bankrupt if you don't do it. I'm saying as a black man in America, give him a shot. If he doesn't do well, I don't say fuck him, but if he doesn't do well, don't hire him. It's that simple. Give him a shot though. I would expect that based on who I am. You black, I'm black, black CNN, give that nigga a shot. And if he don't do good, then oh well. And if he does great, he ain't gonna be nothing but a backup anyway.
But are you really giving him a shot because we are black, or are you giving him a shot because of what he went through in the NFL, because it brought you to the forefront of the situation? Like, I don't think it has to do with because we're both black, because I don't have to give you a shot because you are black.
I agree. I agree with that. I think that you give him a shot because he deserves a shot. He deserves a shot.
Okay.
Like he just deserves a shot he deserves a shot with every team in the NFL. But we know that old boys club and how they move. So if there's one black owner and you know how that network goes, and you're the only black one, you're our only seat at the table, at least give him a shot. Herm Edwards, who wound up being a very mediocre coach, African American coach in the NFL, every time a black coach got fired, he would hire them as an assistant. So his coaching staff was littered with 4 or 5 black men who could all be head coaches, all good enough. But he saw that they were going to be out the league because the old boys club wasn't going to hire none of them. So he put all the top black coaches on his staff. I don't know why they couldn't win. Like, Jesus. But he did that, and I respected that. But I'm not even Tyreek Newman. I'm power to the people, so I'm always going to go on that side. But I'm still on Jay-Z's side in this situation. Cap settled. That was his decision. Jay-Z has his opportunity. That's his decision. And I do believe that the social injustice efforts that Jay-Z is social reform efforts, and let's speak on that because I want to talk close on this. They were arguing with me saying that I'm mad at Kanye, but I never got mad at Jay-Z. I got mad at Kanye for meeting with Trump.
What?
And I think that's the most ignorant thing because, and this is what I say to them.
Get that over the ass.
They were mad at me because I didn't get mad at Kanye with his Trump shit. But I did get mad at Kanye with his Trump shit. But I did not get mad at Jay-Z with his NFL shit. And they're like, why you get mad at Kanye? First, what has Kanye done for black people?
Thank you.
If he had a resume or a track record, I would be like, wait,
That's the discussion right there.
Right, and they could answer that. Their response was, you just love Jay-Z. And I'm like,
This is
no,
just,
nigga.
Yeah, I mean, this is just this stupid ass, dumb ass Facebook shit you talking about right now. Like, cause I mean, that's got to be just arguing for the sake of arguing. You really can't compare what Jay-Z has done over the last year. And we don't have to go back 5 years. We don't have to go back 8 years. We don't have to go back 10 years. Just the last year, and that isn't even a conversation we're having.
Right.
Because in the last year, we're yelling at fucking Kanye and we're venerating Jay-Z. And that's just what the fuck it is.
What's Jay-Z? It was one of JB's Harvard Word of the Week. We was venerating. Man, I always be venerating people because I be like, man, they good, dog. I was venerating Jay when she got here. As soon as she got here, I was like, man, Jay, tell me something. She was like, why you saying that? Like, I'm just venerating you.
That is not a big word.
Yo.
It's not a big. Anyway, so. Yeah.
So what does venerate mean?
Venerate means to hold someone in high regard for their actions, their deeds, or their ideas.
See, I was venerating you.
Yeah.
See?
Okay,
I be venerating people. They be like, what you doing, Lou? I'm like, venerating. True.
Anyway, fuck Kanye and his bullshit. And yeah, this is a boss move for Jay-Z. I'm looking forward to great things that happen. I'm also looking forward to even greater things in my home state, New Maryland.
Wait, all of you guys done? I can go to make sure. Everybody's done?
Yeah, good.
Saying what I said. That's pretty much it.
Okay, I want to add one final thing then. Just to put it in the coffin. So, Jay-Z bailed out protesters. Jay-Z sent legal teams to underprivileged black families who had issues, lawsuits against the police that they couldn't afford. Jay-Z sent his legal team to help out rappers who were going through legal trouble. Jay-Z did an op-ed in the New York Times about the Rockefeller laws and how they're unfair to African Americans. Jay-Z partnered with Barney to be in charge of their stop and frisk. They had that stop and frisk thing at Barney's, and Jay-Z joined the board and told them to get rid of that shit and shut all that. He stopped the stop and frisk in New York. Jay-Z got the mayor of New York to do a bigger, more encompassing halt of the stop and frisk, because it was really just for Barney's, and he got the mayor of New York to do it bigger. He campaigned for Obama, he campaigned for Hillary, he campaigned against Trump. He donated money, of course, for scholarships and all that. He's done that, of course. And he did, he sent his legal team to Meek Mill, got Meek Mill out. He was a part of the reform.org, which is all about criminal reform, prison reform for people on probation, which I was on probation.
You better see a stand.
Yeah, and see, that's what they say. And all the people that suffer from wrongful incarceration, which I was a victim of, and he's been on the forefront of that. And I'm like, that's what Jay-Z has done. And he organized the boycott of the NFL. Tell the NFL, you need me, I don't need you. Me and B in stadiums too. So we don't need y'all. He did that. He put it in music, and he did a video for it, and he got that conversation going. He told Cristal, he told the hip hop community, we ain't drinking Cristal no more. They don't want us drinking that shit. Fuck y'all. We're gonna be Ace of Spades hat, a black owned company. So him buying the NFL team or joining the NFL, I kind of have an idea where he's going. It's a word called his News Howard University Word of the Week. Historicity. Meaning that if you've seen it repeatedly, you can kind of bank on it. Like women, like I have sex with women, they're like you know what it's going to be because we've been doing it so long. It's going to be amazing. You know this because I've proven that over history. It's historicity.
You want to
So,
do a word of the week now then?
huh?
You just use some phantasmagoria kind of thing right now.
Wow. Here we go.
What?
Here we go.
hell?
Now the fucking show just turned into a spell.
What's your specific country?
My specific country, I was born in America. It's my ethnicity.
What's your specific ethnicity?
Not my country. I
Okay.
have the
I love it.
citizenship that I have.
Your background.
You don't have dual citizenship?
I was born
I don't know.
here.
2 months. Help me, Jeremy. I'm getting in trouble. Help.
I've been in this boat. You on your own with this.
I made it out.
You notice the other niggas got quiet as shit.
So, in segue, Jimmy, tell us about the weed in Maryland.
Thank you.
Are you gonna get after the show?
Oh, Lord.
Speaking of change, for the better, and for the better, y'all. My home state, Maryland. Shout out to Maryland Bama's. I love saying that shit. Just cause, right? Anyway, they have stopped this bullshit where they're going to, you know, consider the smell of marijuana in a car a probable cause. So the smell of weed is no longer considered probable cause. It is no longer justifiable to pull somebody out of their car to search their vehicle because you smell marijuana in the car. Now, it's really, really fucking logical because weed is legal in DC. So guess what? You can go to DC and smoke your weed and then come to fuck home, and guess what? Your car smells like weed. So what the fuck are you frisking me for? What the fuck are we searching my car for? I have not broken the law. That is why they are reversing this bullshit. But it is a step in the positive direction, kickbackers, because Maryland is getting closer to legalizing weed the same way DC did. This is a move in that direction. Let's not look at that.
So I have a question for you though, because I know you probably have more knowledge than I did about this. But when someone, like say in Georgia, someone like a police officer smells marijuana in your car and they want to search your car, you do have the right to say no, correct?
You do, however, saying no ramps up their probable cause because there is something. It's bullshit. Let's just call. Let's keep it
If
100.
they call the canines and the canines, you know, corroborate the smell.
Yes.
Exactly.
What's the word I'm looking for?
That you said it exactly right. They corroborate the smell.
And then they can search, you know, without your permission. So it's just a matter of them going, oh, we can't search it? Get the dogs. If the dogs start barking, we can search without your permission. And I just want to throw this back to Sebastian Telfair in New York, who his story is he moved from Florida to New York. All of his stuff was put in boxes and put in different cars. He was riding around in New York in one of the cars. That car happened to have all of his guns, but they were in lock boxes. Like, they looked like they were being transported. But he had guns, silencers. I mean, he had a lot. So I'm keeping it 100. Like, it wasn't like he had one gun.
Should pretty much raise a question.
Yeah. But they stopped him and searched his car because they say they smell weed. Now, he's legally licensed to carry these guns in Florida. And he's like, dog, I moved to New York. All of my shit is in different cars. I didn't know what was in the back. It wasn't like I was riding with on my lap. They were all in lock boxes. Like, duh. They're locked away in boxes, secured. I wasn't trying to ride around with a bunch of guns. He got 3 years in jail. And some people were saying, dumbass shouldn't ride around with guns. And I'm like, well, shit. He said that, you know, he didn't know. And it's packed away. So that, I kind of believe him. Because it was packed up. If he had guns under the seats or guns in the stash spot, I'd be like, yeah, whatever.
And he was moving, so there were other
and he was
cars
still moving
with him, right? That had his other stuff in it.
Yeah, well, I think, and this might be a strike against him. He was in New York. He was just driving. He had emptied all the boxes out of all the cars. So he was driving a car that had some boxes still in it. And that can go. I mean, I'm not saying 100% that he was right, but I'm just saying that the only reason they searched it was because they smelled weed. And to JB's point with the story in Maryland, if that were to get around, smelling weed isn't a reason to search the car.
Right.
And he wouldn't be doing 3 years. I mean, that's a long time.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked
Shit,
up.
3 months is a long time in jail. 3 weeks, you could lose your job, your girl, you can lose everything in 3 weeks, nigga. So 3 months or 3 years is a lot.
Yeah, and all they gotta do is say, I smell something, and then it's up. I mean,
That's key.
wide open.
All they gotta say is, I smell something. And it gotta be true.
Right.
They can just walk up to Jeremy and be like, I smell weed. And the next thing you know, he getting an anal cavity search.
Honestly, it happens a lot. Like, when I was in high school.
Well, I mean,
I'm sleeping here.
what the hell?
I'm just saying,
situation, and we had like a pool party. Cop showed up. He's like, "Y'all aren't supposed to be here." I'm like, "We have a key. We're in this neighborhood. Like one of my friends was like living there." He's like, "I smell alcohol." I'm like, "You see red cups, but there's no drinks here. I don't know what you're talking about." They always want to find something to put you in jail.
Man, rashes? You must be with your black friends.
Now they all white.
And they harassed white people in America?
Okay, maybe I did. Okay. Minorities in the group was me and my African American friend, and everyone else was white.
It was like, oh, y'all hanging with them two motherfuckers? Search all that shit.
That's how they do that. Well,
It happens all the time. I mean,
it's a good gateway. They try and do it.
But see, no difference is in our scenario, we would all been in jail. That's just the difference. Not to put you on the spot.
no.
Because you one of us.
It is it's a sad racial thing. Unfortunately, in this day and age, it's still a thing. Like, you guys remember Get Out, and they got pulled over by the cop, and the cop was like, "I want to see your ID too," and the girl was like, "He wasn't driving."
Right.
It did save the situation with me and him. If a cop pulls me over, asks for his ID, I would stand like, "But he wasn't driving. You don't need his ID."
Because we all know he was in the car asleep.
Probably. Probably.
Exactly.
Wait, we're like, what the hell did your ass do as a cop right there?
So again, they can't pull that bullshit. The other thing, guys, bear in mind, if that shit comes up anywhere, just stay totally fucking cool, because it is a statement that is meant to elicit a reaction. They trying to see if you jump or twitch or start acting nervous or some other corny shit. I've had them be like, I smell weed in the car, and I looked them dead in the face and was like, no, you actually don't, officer, because there is no weed. Like, it was one of those interesting situations when I hadn't been smoking at all. There was nothing anywhere near the car. So I was like, no, you don't. Like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about, but there it is. I actually I didn't get like angry with him, but I was like it's not possible for you to smell weed in this car right now.
Today I didn't smoke yet. I was going to smoke.
Yes, right. I'm a little mad that the car don't smell like weed. So what are you saying right now?
Whenever that happens, I always be like, no, she queefed.
Wait, so how do you guys feel about pulling your phone out and recording the officer? Does that kind of show a sign of like you did something, or I would just
putting your phone out to record them?
I would just do it to protect myself.
I was gonna say, I think in this day and age, you have to protect yourself, and even if it's just a random stop, you don't know what that can lead to.
I think that wherever your phone is, you hit record and leave it. If it's up on the dashboard down there in the cup holder, you hit record, you record it. I ain't making no announcements about it. I'm not reaching for it.
Even
if I don't hit record before you get to my car, and then record it. The motherfuckers is killing us for no reason.
Yeah.
If I get record, I'ma die.
Right. You know what's so crazy? Back in the day, as recent as 2013, when I got pulled over and all that crazy shit happened, I was belligerent with police. I was like, fuck y'all, I'm a rich nigga, I'm gonna get a lawyer, bitch, then fuck you, all this shit. I cannot imagine seeing that in 2019.
It would not be.
Like, I went off on them because I felt like I was being wrongfully arrested, so I was irritated that a girl with me and JB had to come get me, and it was just a lot of shit. So I was like, man, fuck y'all, I know why y'all doing this. I heard about Cherokee County. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know I ain't do shit like that.
Oh, that's when you were arrested?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you ain't getting out.
Right, but in 2019, my balls have shrunk. I can't imagine saying the shit that I said back then today.
Cherokee County, they don't play like at all. Like even in Woodstock, when he tried to get out of his ticket, they wouldn't let him go at all because it was the first time driving that area, and he honestly didn't know it was like a downtown area.
I don't go to Woodstock. I don't go to Cherokee County anymore.
So that's why y'all never traveled.
Yeah, I don't go there no more. I had enough. We'll talk about other things. Because that shit is like a big what the fuck, what they did to me. And JB?
Yeah, what the fuck. Speaking of what the fuck, man, our what the fuck story of the week. This shit was crazy,
Yeah.
What the
Nicole's
like, for
big
real,
sister,
like,
Nicki
what the
Minaj.
fuck, you know?
And Jeremy's older brother, Joe Button.
Yeah, like
just
this.
got all into it.
Yeah, just
understand because I don't keep touching that side of the family. So.
Sticking.
God damn it! What happened?
Don't you know,
I'm not a
girls,
Nicki
they
fan,
get
and I
bad
think
bitches?
them barbs, I can give a damn about them, but I did not like this story at all.
Feel me?
Yeah, I didn't.
Ham.
It finally had a good ending at the end. But the story, So they decided to do a 1-for-1 where they would go on their podcast, and so Nikki would go on Joe's podcast, Joe would go on Nikki's podcast, like we're doing with Jade. So I'm gonna come on there and play sex games and shit.
Oh, I wanna come. Yeah,
That's what she said.
Oh,
wait, we missed it.
Wait,
I heard it.
Well, yeah, I would because of her ex that couldn't deliver. So I was like, don't worry about it, baby, I got you.
Wait, what?
I don't know what just happened.
She said you.
Don't hurt yourself again.
No, mine was on. My comment was on.
It's okay. Moving on to the next point.
She said you wouldn't know, would you? Or you said you would know. Meaning the girl said it to me, and I'm like, yeah, she said it to me because of her ex. Because I told you by my chin. I'm not.
I
said would, not would. I was like wouldn't. You wouldn't know.
Oh well, I wouldn't because they don't have to tell me they want to come because they know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Moving on.
On to the topic.
What's
Joe Budden
going to happen?
like got into it, loud, wrong, and crazy. Kind of. Anyway, so yeah, go ahead, Nu. This shit was just, I don't know. It just sounded like some dumb shit.
It was. It really was. But I do have a little bit of more understanding after they did her show, and then she did Joe's show. And on Joe's show, we got a little bit more clarity.
Yeah, because she wasn't in her home where she could
right.
So you could listen a little bit better.
I know that.
So Nicki Minaj and Joe Budden decided they would do each other's show. So when Joe got to her show, I don't say she ambushed him because she had a whole bunch of things that he had said about her in passing.
Right.
And she basically said a lot of it was lies. So she would say, like on the Motorsport song, he said that Nicki didn't know Cardi was on it. Which, I mean, that's not a big deal. But she was like, but I said I didn't know. And I said I did know. You said I didn't know. That means I'm a liar. You made me look like a liar. And she was going off. And he was like, I didn't make you look like a liar. And then he was like, Nicki was high doing that shit. And she was like, hey, you said I used drugs. And then you said this. And he was like, you have a song called Pills and Potions. Have you ever taken a pill? And he's like, don't act like you never took it. Like, come on. He's like, no, motherfucker, you said this, you said that. Turn this mic off.
Yeah.
And she was just belligerent, and she was just belittling, and she was jumping all over him. And at one point, cut his mic off so he couldn't respond.
Which is lame.
And then the rumor is he was escorted out of the office.
No, he left.
He said he was never coming back, but then on his show he was like, yeah, but I was escorted out. So I don't know where they happened.
Apparently he left. He stepped out because his co-hosts were still in there.
Yeah, and they were
and then he ended up coming back in there at some point. But I couldn't watch it for too much longer because her voice drives me crazy. Yeah. And I feel like she just tries to be this pit bull in a skirt all the time because she has all these things behind her, and it's just not sexy to me for a woman to.
Well, I think it's that, and just she knows she has power through like all that she does because she's a celebrity and she got the money.
And she got the barbs. Who gonna hunt down anybody talk about it? The barbs.
You know how Beyonce got the Beehive? They're called the Barbies, but they call them the Barbs for short.
I made a comment on the shade room one day, and they chewed me the fuck out. I said, I've never been bullied before online. I said, this is what this feels like. And I just said it was simply about her writing something, or not writing something. And then I was like, whoa. Wow. Yeah,
she said she was mad at Rory, one of the co-hosts on Joe Budden's show.
Wow.
And she was mad at him, and she was saying how you didn't know how I felt. And she was like, I'm gonna go on my radio show and I'm gonna tell all the barbs you fuck men in the ass with broomsticks, and you're gonna see how it feels to get bullied. Oh. And we was like, yo! And so, Joe and them goofies. Joe was like, well, actually that's not a rumor, he really does do that. And the boy was like, that was just this morning. Cause I goofy, but she was like, you don't understand and that's what she was saying.
Right.
And this is where I got a little bit of sympathy for. She's like, you don't know if somebody says that my head looks bad on Monday, the amount of internet bullying I get. Like I'm Nicki Minaj and everybody goes, you're Nicki, you're rich, and you like, you get 18,000 messages saying, yeah, you a liar. It hit you. Yes.
So how can you cry?
Well, some of the
bullying?
biggest bullies are the softest
I think
motherfuckers
that's
ever.
how it
So
is on social media. So people on social media will type
In
all
real
these
life.
big words and caps and all that, but when you see them in real life, they ain't gonna work back at you. But that's the thing. Don't dish and don't expect no one to clash back at you.
Bullies are the
catch me
punkest-
outside.
Yeah, bullies
No,
are
they
the
do that.
punkest, weakest motherfuckers on the planet, mostly. Take it from
Typically.
take it from a guy who has basically lived his life dealing with bullies in every facet. They always stand up to them and fight, and they always back down because that's what a bully is. A bully tries to use force to build their own
I don't want little kids to get it fucked up. Bullies will fuck you up. Don't think that standing up to a bully is easy. He will beat your fucking ass.
Yeah,
Now,
it's a
if you can win, then you can win. But that narrative that all bullies is they will fuck you up.
I mean,
But I think you should be willing to get fucked up. Because you might fuck around and win. I think you should fight. But don't go into it like, I don't like that narrative, like, oh, no, you can get motherfuckers fucked up. That's not true. You should be willing to fight. And if you lose, you lose. If you win, you win. But 9 times out of 10, if you fight back, that bully will leave you alone.
Yes.
But don't think all bullies is pussies. They will fuck you up. I've had both experiences where I had a bully. I'm like, you a bully? Fuck you, you soft. Got my ass whooped. And I had niggas thinking me as a bully, like, oh, he soft. And I fucked them up. So I'm like, don't fuck that shit. That's not accurate. But you should be willing to get the ass whooped. That's what it means to be a man, to grow into a teenage old woman, growing into yourself, standing up for yourself. It means being willing to take that ass whooping. But don't think a bully is just easy. But don't be scared.
Especially if they online.
Well, if they're online and scratch everything I said.
Nowadays, that's where they sit.
You better. It's just a matter of being quick-witted. Just say some slick shit back, or don't read their comments. Like it's kind of easy. Maul from the Joe Budden podcast always like close your phone.
Block them.
Close your phone. Just hit X or block them. Now I don't get bullied on social media, but I don't like ignorance, and I don't have a lot of patience for like dumb back and forth. So I just be like, I'll either ignore you, or if you keep just trying to get my attention, then I'll block you.
Right.
And it's funny because Jay-Z got a comment with a video clip that I posted the other day by a woman who's a black woman, a Trump supporter, was getting on me about Jay-Z in the NFL. She voted for Trump. She's black, but hates Jay-Z and Beyonce. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And she was just going. So I just unfriended her, kicked her out the group, and just went up on my day.
Yep. It's as simple as that.
I'm not going back and forth. I don't respect you enough to keep going back and forth. If I'm gonna go back and forth, you either hit a button of mine or I respect you. I'm not going back and
And
forth
at the end of the
with
day,
you
you can laugh about it.
just
It's like,
yeah.
I mean,
And I do some homies that we go back and forth. I'm sorry.
it's okay. I'm trying to talk about it.
I'm gonna be quiet.
It's okay. I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead.
I got somebody to argue with, and we'll go back and forth. But I still respect them. But I got some people where I'm like, man, shut the fuck up. But Nicole.
No, I was gonna say, look, I didn't know what it was like to be bullied. I was bullied all from elementary school up until almost high school about my race, how I looked like. People said I wasn't pretty, and then honestly, you realize all those words and all these people, you're never gonna see these people again. Honestly, and then I've built up my way since the beginning. I have tougher skin now, even more since I've been with him. And honestly,
I can imagine that.
anyway.
Through love. Let me make that clear.
Microphone.
Through love.
Honestly though, like it's sad to see kids nowadays get bullied the way they do, because honestly, you will never know how much like social media, like you're gonna be commenting about these people, but when you see them in real life, they will fight back. Like for me, if I see you, I'm not gonna fight you. I'm just gonna use my words and just go. But I'm gonna say advice. I'm like, you're not worth my time. I'm gonna move on with my life. God bless you and good luck with what you're doing within your life, and hope it goes better for you. And that's it.
So peaceful.
No.
That's because hey, I may be small, but I will fight.
Well, we know. You could do 48.
It hurts.
Right.
Oh, well, yeah, that too.
I will
It's gonna always be my representation.
like that.
Well,
like
if
that
you,
circular
but you ever
reference.
notice it though? Like the
Excellent.
smallest people
Excellent.
will fight and they will beat your ass.
I got the Napoleon complex.
And we're the quickest for you guys to want to
Exactly.
pick on us. I wasn't bullied in
I
school.
got German.
But I don't think I wasn't really bullied in school, but a lot of people wanted to fight me because I was like the little one, the small one, but I always had the big friends around me. But it was like, I'm not going to come after your loud friends because they'll fuck me up, but I'm going to come after the little one right there. But
It's scary. Like I'm scared for my little niece one day when she gets older and she goes in middle school because middle school kids they're evil.
She's covered.
They're
She is
evil.
covered. She got plenty of people that will protect her.
And you know what's interesting with me? I kind of do a lot of shit. Anybody want to guess why?
Because you're a fucking mouse.
My mouth.
that's what I was going to
My
say.
mouth.
I was going to guess something else.
So
I knew
my mouth.
I knew
My mouth got me in the. My mouth got me
I was
in
hoping
the.
it was going to be something else.
Yeah, this my mouth. This my mouth. So I had to fight because I talk too much. I talk too much shit. But it got to the point where like I know I'll back it up. I mean, because I'm not gonna say until you I wanted to fight. That ain't the truth. But I ain't ever been in a fight where the other person didn't regret being in it. They might have won, but they ain't want to fight me again. So that's kind of where I went with it. Like,
Have any of you guys been in a fight and lost?
Absolutely.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I've only been in 2 fights in my whole life.
Oh Lord.
One of them, I fought a
wish.
boy because he hit my friend. I was in high school, and then the other one was at the Lotus Lounge. It was a really big fight too.
Damn.
But we were so drunk and we got kicked out and they took us down. But it was bad.
Did you at least win both nights?
I think we did, but we still had to go to court.
Yeah,
Like, it was
body
bad.
broken.
Yeah. And I don't even remember it. I can't even tell you. I don't know. All I know is my dress had blood on it. It wasn't mine.
Damn.
I need you to fight with me.
Alright.
Okay,
I don't know now. I don't know.
I'll back you up.
Yeah. Since I'm handicapped now, so I ain't really trying
He
to
was
fight.
in a fucking melee.
I'm just sitting around talking. I'm talking about it now. Like, wait a minute, brother. Hold up, brother. I can barely stand up. Let me see that, Jade. I can barely stand. I don't want to be fighting.
Please,
I
not right
mean,
now.
put you on a little roller.
Yeah.
And you'll be good.
Go past
Nah, don't get it twisted. I will still fuck you up if you try me. Just for any viewers watching that film that's upset about it, Jay-Z, my opinion on Jay-Z, I still beat your motherfucking ass.
Yeah, I mean, I always wore glasses, so I always had to swing first. Like, I could smell the bullying happening. Oh, yeah, look at JB. Oh, no, I'm on the ground. And he's still swinging. He's still swinging. What's going on? What happened?
But you know what's ironic is that a lot of times you see those bullies later on in your life and you're like, man, I feel so sorry
They're
for
miserable.
you. I'm like, look at me, I'm up, I'm leveling up in my life and you're just sad over here looking so depressed.
Most of my bullies is dead.
I was just about to say that, young.
Like, cause I got bullied in the hood. I ain't get, you know what I'm saying? I got bullied by
Exactly.
gangsters and killers and shit.
Exactly.
People that bullied me or they tried to bully me. But I didn't really have a big issue with bullying. But I just talked so much. I got myself in the shit. So I wasn't a victim. I created my own victim. I don't want to say that. I got in this shit because of me. Me talking shit, me being who I am. Niggas ain't just pick on me. It was just like,
You was crying wolf.
nah, I was fighting. I was fighting and winning out of no fights. But that's what I'm saying. I didn't really get bullied. I just more or less was always in fights. And I fought big niggas. Like I wasn't like a nigga that talks shit to the little
You just
dudes.
kind of antagonize people, but you're not, basically.
Yeah. I was an antagonizer. So I had to fight on that. But I didn't look at that as being bullied. In 3rd grade, Vernon bullied me. That was bullying.
What's his last name?
I don't even remember his last name. But that motherfucker bullied me. Orchard. Vernon Orchard bullied me like all of 3rd grade. But he was like big and he had all his teeth. He looked scary. This nigga only got like 4 teeth. Like, oh, I'll fight this nigga.
I mean, he has none now.
At least when you got bullied,
I don't know how this kickback devolved into like elementary school.
Right.
Bully stories and shit.
Back and back.
Yeah, I'm like, why don't we move on to
That's why, because
Another bully.
Right.
Another bully.
Orange fucking 45, shut up stupid award, our Donald Trump, shut up stupid award. You're absolutely right. And goes to another fucking bully, fucking Tory.
Tommy
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not his.
Okay. Tommy Lauren.
Yeah.
And she's beefing with the NFL. There's enough reason why I like the Jay-Z deal because it's pissing off white people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's also a component that's been lost in all of this. You do know white people are mad. I used to always get happy when white people was mad. Like, I think OJ did it, but I was just happy he got off because it made white people mad. Like I used to literally get pleasure out of making white people mad.
He did that.
No question he murdered that. I'm gonna put it to you like that. I'd have murdered them, all them motherfuckers behind what you didn't realize. Anyway, we'll get into that later.
That's a whole other story.
Yeah.
If you were like, by J.B. Frank, represent J.B. Frank and not the part that get back under the man or anybody else on the show, it was just J.B. Frank.
He did that shit. Fuck that.
But she's upset that the NFL is using this former drug dealer.
Oh my gosh, when she said that.
Ex-drug dealer to be in charge of these different components, be 50-50 partner in these different components. I really don't want to give her any more credit. Excuse me.
Just need to stop talking about her and she just died.
Yeah, let's just all say fuck her.
Yeah, that's just bukkake. That's a thing.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up, stupid.
We should make that a sex. No, that's right, sex.
You got to put the little
do
emoji
that.
shit.
That might be sexist to do that. We might get in trouble with the women.
What?
If maybe we say like a segment like this bukkake that bitch, you know.
No, why? Because she don't say to be shit on. That's to be.
Bukkake
It's a
is.
sexual act.
Yeah, when a woman wants to be ejaculated on by multiple people. So there are women who, you know, it can be
They will
one-on-one.
pay you
I'm
for
sorry,
this shit.
James. Like you were.
Listen, you can
No, I don't have any questions at all. I know exactly what this is. I know what bukkake is.
No, you don't know like I'm
Do you know the context we're talking about?
I know exactly what you're
Yeah,
saying.
but I was saying, will we get in trouble by saying bukkake Tommy Lauren?
And see, personally, I thought that we would, but the lady said that we wouldn't, so I'm shutting the fuck up.
Well, ladies, y'all bukkake here. I'm not participating in this. I don't want our show to get canceled. We haven't even got to 100,000
When you
streams
edit
yet.
this video, put the shit emoji in there and have it popping up a few times when
Oh,
we talk
I'll
about
kill
it.
that. I'll kill that bitch.
Moving on.
Any of you guys ever done R. Kelly? Ever pissed on somebody or been pissed on?
Absolutely not.
I haven't. I'm thinking about it. I'm going to do it.
I was waiting for your
Are
answer.
you gonna do it? Are you just doing it just because you want it?
I'm gonna do it because I just.
I hear
I'm
the best
just
way
scratching
to
shit
do
off
it
my
is
list.
in the
I
shower.
I'm gonna do the show. I'm gonna do the show. I ain't gonna do it in my bedroom.
Yeah.
I got a piss.
Oh, speaking
You
of
want to go R. Kelly somebody? JB, you R. Kelly somebody right now. Even with the R. Kelly somebody.
I do want to talk about your show. I want to talk about these
shit.
sex games and everything. I want to know all this stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring you guys. I have an additional segment to my erotic podcast called Girl Talk with Jade. And it's just simply you guys come on and whatever the topic is for that day is going to be sex related. But we just talk about sex the entire show, drink and talk about sex.
Girl, give me invite.
Yes, it's no interview style. We'll play a game and I'll just bring up different things that may have taken place within that topic and we'll talk about it. And you just can't be afraid. I tell people don't be afraid that somebody's gonna see it and see that you're nasty as shit because
It's live. Everyone has sex.
yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
we-
fun. We definitely need to.
So give me an
mesh
example.
the
Give me an example of a game. Let's
So
play a quick game right now.
So I
Is
do
this something we can
a
play
game.
together?
Yes. So I do a game called Would You Rather. I'm sorry. Clearly.
Whoa.
You keep your eyes to yourself when she called me.
Why would I keep my eyes to myself?
This is Instagram. This is just clearly what my page be looking like.
I didn't even know who you're following.
No. You know, that's been my nightmare. I'm like, one day I'm gonna open my phone and they're gonna be like, oh my god.
Hey, I opened my phone, my Safari, and it been on Pornhub. That has happened to me at least twice.
That happens to me fucking
I'm always trying to show somebody something too. Like, hey, look at this, look at this. Oh shit.
No, I got the quickest fucking fingers
I
on
was
the
in
planet.
my lecture class and this guy opened up his laptop and it was porn on there and I was like,
Oh, no, you gotta
You
be
gotta
more
shut it
careful.
down.
You gotta shut that shit down, especially when your laptop.
But you that big screen, I have using Jack makes your brain cells ain't
But see,
the same.
I immediately turn off porn activated and I came.
I bet.
Like as soon as I was
Well,
like,
no,
okay.
Clear the history.
Yes.
See,
I
if it's a late night jerk off, like I watch TV all night, but it's 1:30 a.m. and I'm still woke, and it's a late night jerk off, I might just.
But see, I have a kid. I also have a child, so I have.
I wake up with my phone and my hands sticky. What's going on? Just hoping I'm asleep.
Roll those. Next morning, I gotta wash your sheets. Yeah, man.
Let's play this.
Okay, so this is one of the games that I do on my
We used
podcast.
to do this, JB.
And it's called Would You Rather.
Oh,
so
yeah.
this is the sex Would You Rather.
Oh,
so, y'all ready?
Yes.
Okay. Would you rather have an obvious orgasm every time you close a piece of wait. Okay, hold on, because this one is a new one. I haven't seen this one. Would you rather have an obvious orgasm every time you are close to a piece of fruit or never have an orgasm again in your life?
And that's
fruit.
Fruit.
Yes.
I used to have an orgasm every time I was in fruit.
Well done. High five on that one. Well done.
That was a girl.
Are you sure? No, because I can see you probably with the watermelon.
You know
of
who
some
fruit
sort.
is.
Yes, I do.
Oh, this is the actual. Okay.
Oh, yes.
I was about to say.
I take the fruit and go to the grocery store.
Well, that
Absolutely.
means in the grocery store you're gonna be walking around like.
Oh man, I keep fresh mangoes and shit in my refrigerator and berries
I'm
and
with
shit.
it too. Okay.
So already.
Okay, so the next one.
Everybody answer?
I think fruit. Yeah.
Okay.
Would you rather only be able to have sex in cars or only be able to have sex in the shower?
Cars.
Car.
Yes.
Shower sex is overrated.
Car. Shower sex can be, you know what?
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Yes.
But the last time I had shower sex, I was like, why didn't I do this? But I know I don't do it because it don't, you know what I'm saying? But the last time I did it, I was like, shit, man, things have changed. We should do this more often. What the
Yeah,
fuck
but
is
then every
going
time
on?
ain't gonna be like that.
I know. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
And you crippled, so you.
Oh, hell no. I'm in the field. Oh, Lord. And I can't get up.
Okay. Would you rather sleep once with someone you were embarrassed by, even though it turns out to be great sex, or sleep once with a celeb crush, but have it be the worst sex of your life?
Celeb crush. No
But it be the
way.
worst sex of your life?
Oh no, it would ruin this whole
Or
Ashanti
somebody
thing.
that you
Nah, I
embarrassed
couldn't do
by.
that one. Cause I'm not sure.
Yeah, it would ruin
But I have
it.
I have
No, I know, because
Ashanti.
every time I post something, you bring Ashanti in.
Technically, I
Okay,
did.
so yeah, I couldn't do that.
I'd be like, Ashanti was not
The
in
first
post.
one.
Yeah.
The first one,
You
because
didn't do
I
it.
threw a chair at him the first time I met him.
Oh, okay.
Why did you throw a chair?
I did technically.
But were you-
Rephrasing. I slid the damn chair. He turned around like Dr. Evil in the computer chair, like, you really threw a chair at me? Like, I'm so sorry. And I
And
ran
you were
away.
embarrassed.
No, I ran away.
And then now you guys have 48 sex.
All right.
Okay.
1 through 40.
You said,
Oh yeah, the celebrity all the way, because
even if it's going to be bad, and then that's going to change how you feel about it.
it's gonna have to be really, really bad to.
But it's going to be
overcome.
bad. It's
That's
going
what
to
it
be bad.
says, yeah.
That's
So
what it
It's
do
going
I
to be
know
the
that
worst
ahead
sex
of
of your
time?
life.
Yes, that's the question.
Wait a minute, what was your answer?
Nah, it's still,
Okay.
it'd be okay. I still wanna, yeah, I
Just to be
still
able to
wanna.
say, I
I
got
want to look at that naked ass body in some of those cases. Yeah,
J-Lo?
absolutely. No,
I'm
no.
surprised.
Oh, not even
Who is it? I
close.
want to know who it is.
It's one of like 20 women. I
Oh,
watch a lot of
You
movies.
see, I'm a novice of my celebrity crush. JB
Fuck
just
that.
Yeah, you
probably
are very
has-
faithful to your food.
Ashanti, that's
Nah,
it. Y'all know who I want.
You know.
See, I couldn't do the celebrity.
Oh,
Amara.
yeah,
I would be
I call
sad
it
if
Mara.
Method Man
Because
was back.
You said it out loud too. I love it. I love it.
No, I like Mara.
I mean, yeah, you would be
She
sad
like-
after, but you still be like, yeah, I still fuck that nigga. I still
love
fuck
Method
that.
Man. I don't know, but
Exactly.
it would-
Method Man?
He did
I can see
a
that.
hip hop
That one. There's no way.
anniversary
It was-
show
you know,
or
it
something,
would have to have
and
been
women
bad,
went
yeah.
crazy.
Do you know it's like Michael Ealy? Is it Michael Ealy? Has like
With the
He's
nice
from
eyes.
DC.
yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the barbershop.
So who do we think are celebrities that are like amazingly attractive but probably have horrible sex?
Michael Ealy.
That's why I came here.
Oh.
Wait, is Mariana
Tay
Tay
Diggs. I feel like Tay Diggs probably has that. I feel like Idris Elba.
Damn.
I feel like
Really?
yeah.
Nice body though.
That's why I feel like they probably are not.
I don't know why young, but I feel like Beyonce probably has.
I definitely feel like she probably.
I
I feel like
thought
she's a pillow
it
princess.
probably was. Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
that, but then I've been the grapevine has told me that she was stopping and bopping early on.
How they know?
I mean, it's just a grapevine. And so my thing is like on Facebook we was talking yesterday. Like I don't want a good girl. I'm not interested in that.
Mm-hmm.
You had to at least have had a whole phase because I'm into some next level shit, and I'm not. You can't come to me with the fast head. Like
Let
I'm
me
not.
agree.
I'm not
Don't
into
you know
that.
those nice quiet girls could be the freakiest ones?
Mm-hmm.
That don't make them a good girl. There's a difference between a good girl and a
Right.
nice quiet and a quiet girl.
I mean, you can have a good girl out on the streets, and then you're gonna have a bad bitch being home.
Right,
Yeah, in the
or
streets.
the good
Right.
girl
Yeah,
can be a
yeah,
good girl in the
freaking
streets and a good
And
girl
the
in the
good girl in
streets.
the sheets.
I don't want a good girl.
Right.
That's
And then
different.
the only way that you'll know if she's like that is through communication.
Yes.
I agree 100%.
I always go back to
and that's
that.
why
Not
I'm so vocal.
Yes.
I'm so upfront. And I tell them whenever I tell a
Very
woman,
essential and
Yeah.
important.
It is.
whenever I tell a woman I don't want a good girl, I'm telling them why. And I tell them when I'm into. I want you to lick my ass. Where we going with it?
Wait, say that one more time.
I want her to lick my ass. Put your tongue in my ass. What we going? What we doing?
And you have to talk about that too, because her freak level may not be the same as yours. So she might say she's a freak, and then when you bend over and you spread over your cheek.
I don't bend over and spray over my cheeks. That's one. That's one.
You saw how I turned away, right? I knew where the shit was going. You saw. I looked at Nicole, and I was like, wait a minute.
Hold on, Jamie. She said, "I'm sorry, but you left that open." Really?
Again, she clearly an author.
Whatever you
But
ask,
Way with her words.
still, you can't assume that a person is the
Yeah.
same type of freak.
Wow.
I don't. I literally.
Some guys might want to be like Mr.
And then
Gray.
the girl who gave you that fast head, the last guy she was with may have he might have a little dick and the fast head worked for him.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
You know?
Very true.
And so
Each his
she thought, let me go ahead and try it on
To each her
Mr.
own.
But here's
Pepper
my
and
question. Why did you say that?
Come on.
Oh, I did, but
Did you do it after you nutted?
Yes.
but this is my thing. Like I'm older.
That's awesome.
Like
You ain't older by much.
I know, because you just called us old. What you mean?
when I'm older, both.
You're
Well,
like,
I'm older.
baby, stop.
I mean, just to be honest, like I'm going to admit this. I'm 43 and I'm into a lot of freaky shit, and I'm not into teaching. That part of my life is getting over.
I have a
So I'm
question
like,
about that.
you ain't.
Wait.
I have a question about that.
Okay.
So, not even willing to teach her the things that you like? Does she have to already come? Because there's no way she can come in knowing what you like. So, at some point, you're going to have to teach her how you like certain
That's when
things.
communication.
I do agree as
So,
far
don't say you're
as far
not
as
into teaching. You just
Okay.
don't want to have to take a pillow princess and turn her into the freak in the sheets, basically.
true, and I also don't want to take an extreme novice and turn them into what I need. I need you to meet me so you gotta
Be
have
open
a
and
minimum level of
There's a standardized
expertise.
test.
Yeah,
need
you gotta at least
you
get
need
a
to get
certain-
an 1100 or better on the SAT.
Yeah.
I get that. But at some
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
teaching is going
Yeah.
to come into play.
And I'm totally fine with that because I've had like some of the women who I've had some of the best sex with, they be like, hey, you know if you spit on it,
Mm-hmm.
or hey, you know if you do this,
See,
and so I don't mind that.
I
When I
don't
feel like
communicate
when I feel like hold on a
with
second,
teaching.
when I
That's
feel
what
like
I was gonna say.
when I feel like I have to take you from A to Z, it just kind of
Right.
ruins it for me. Nah.
Right. But say what you just said.
Communicating isn't always necessarily teaching because if you're, and you know, you're a communicator. So, what I'm talking about is when she's at A and you're like, you know what though, but Z.
Right. And then you gotta tell her how to suck it at period.
Yeah, and the frustration comes when you got to take them from A.
I can
to Z.
understand.
'Cause you can say, "Oh, you're doing A. A is great.
Nah,
you should try Z.
that's
Oh,
a waste of
that's
fucking
great.
time.
Well, I gotta go A, and then now you try B, and then B leads to C, and then C leads to D,
But
and then D leads to
you
E,
won't even
and then
waste
E
your
leads to
time.
F.
You won't even waste your time with all those extra letters because you're going to communicate beforehand, and you're going to know if she's at A or B through just the way that she handles herself in that conversation.
Yeah, well, yeah, I agree to a degree, but I have had women tell me how great everything they do is.
That is.
And I've been like, because I talk shit, but I don't talk shit on my weaknesses. I talk shit on my strengths. So I'm like, well, you're talking shit, then this might be
But
real
what
for
if
you.
it wasn't a weakness before you came along? What if it was a strength in her last relationship?
And that is the biggest. That is my biggest point. Is that I need you to be at, I guess, at my level of freakness. Because if Billy Bob enjoyed that shit, then I'm not Billy Bob. I'm a freak. I'm periodic sex table, apps in the phone, trapeze. I'm that.
I mean,
I need you to
what
be
if
that.
in her last relationship, like what she said, she might have been good at it, but the guy she was with kind of degraded her a little bit, so that way she's embarrassed now. What would you do?
Well, if that's the case, then I'm going to be a little bit more understanding. And I'm like, if it's in you, I want you to be comfortable with me. So I'm going to let the woman know, like, there's no judgment here. Like, and I usually lower those walls when I talk about the things that I like. Because I'm like, I'm very honest and I'm very upfront. So I can't say, like, the last night I was with, like, any of that shit. I understand that. Like, I'm not him, though. And I want you to be comfortable with what you do. So if there's something you want to try, I'm willing to go there with you.
Now, how many tries are you willing to give her? Are you like, okay, now you know, I'll give you the next couple of sessions, or are you willing to get there over time?
Am I interested in dating this person? Like, I really like her? Well, she ain't got unlimited time, but she gets quite a few times.
Okay.
Like,
So you're not just like, this next time you better come to that bed and you better be ready.
Not if I like it. Not if I like it. If I like, because the story when they go to Pat's head, that shit lasted a long time. Because I liked her. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? But like, my stories is, I'm gonna be honest, like, but if I like you, like, me liking you gets you a long way. Me liking you will, I'll look over a lot of shit. And I'll be very understanding on a lot of shit. And I'll be very communicative and teaching, and I'll be all of that. If I really like it. If I think you're the one, I'm not, you don't throw away a fucking Billy because I got a dent in the fender. Right. You know what I'm saying? You bang that dent out. You know what I'm saying? Bang it out. Right. So, what I'm saying,
So, changing topics real quick.
But that's basically what it would be like if when you guys come onto my show.
I like that. I really like the show.
We'll go into deep stuff like this.
I'm coming. I'll be the first male guest on the Girl Talk joint.
Yeah. Not on the podcast, but my boyfriend was the first on the podcast. But on the Girl Talk with Jade, yes. Yes. And I think people would like to hear the male perspective.
Yeah. I'm thinking on my outfit now. I'm gonna wear a fishnet wife beater.
No, you're not.
With a lime green.
You gonna buy yourself.
Yeah.
JB will not be at that podcast. Y'all heard what he just said? I would. That nigga will be rocking that shit so low dolo. We ain't coming in that joint looking like Milli Vanilli motherfucker.
Let's give some people their flowers. Let's give some people their flowers while they're still here. Our Nipsey Hustle Award winners for the week. Our one, Missy out of here, Virginia's own. I can't stand the rain. Super fly. I'm super duper. And Missy's is some of your favorite women. But that's beside the point. She is receiving the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award offered by MTV for excellence in music videos. I think it's long overdue.
Yeah.
Missy's videos were some of the most innovative. Her and Hype Williams did some things. In that Super Fly video, she was in a trash bag and moving in the fishnet lens. Then the jumper, she was on Mars with the Brat. And the fucking Freak.
With her Ludacris and Trina.
Yeah, whatever her Freak song was called. That video was made because they was taking people's heads off their bodies. Like, Missy has done some great videos, and I think her and Busta Rhymes both deserve the Video Vanguard Award at some point.
I said long over.
It's long.
Long over.
Yeah.
And Missy, where's Missy on like your list of top artists? All the songs she wrote for other people. all the songs she did herself, all the production she made.
I don't have an informed answer to that question yet, but it does intrigue me. So what I
Missy should be somewhere in somebody's list.
I will
She's done a
research
lot.
more based
On
on
what
what you
category
just
would be
said.
the question? Like, what category would you put her in? Because she's done
She
so
does
much.
everything. Artist.
I mean, she can sing,
Artist.
like,
That comes
just
that comes from
overall
singing,
artist.
rapping, producing, shit, videos. That's a good component.
right.
And then she banged a lot of bad bitches.
We got
You gotta
this
hate
is something
that.
that needs to be looked up more.
Yeah, I need to do more research. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have a proper answer to that question, but the question itself is intriguing, so I will look and I will answer.
Shout out to Missy, Misdemeanor, Elliott.
Indeed.
And also shout out to one of the celebrities I know is on somebody's list. Who in here will fuck Rihanna? I know everybody, right? Everybody? Okay, well, just checking. So Riri is now, not only do we accuse her, I accuse Riri of having Badu box. And I call Badu box
Listen,
that
killer.
Yeah. You see what Erykah Badu did?
Throw it up in the air.
Basically, turn your life upside down.
Yeah, because Erykah Badu, every man she's dated has gone through like some really
It's almost like they
dramatic
took,
change.
what's that?
Like,
Ayahuasca type of thing. It's like they
Remember the joke I made about the fishnet white
Right.
beaters? Like she fucked Common, he started wearing fishnet white beaters. She fucked Andre 3000, he started wearing dresses. She fucked the DLC, he started working with
And
Dr.
he's
Dre.
crazy.
Like she fucked Jade The Erotic, he never made an album. Like whatever it is, when she fuck you,
And she
Different
still
after
has
that.
these
You're
amazing
rewired.
relationships.
You are
But
rewired.
what I love is that she still has these great relationships with these men. Because I watched them
Yeah.
live with her and Jay Electronica, and they cussing each other out, but laughing. And he's on y'all fuck you. Say?
I don't think she,
I don't think that they-
Rihanna maybe, but not Erykah.
Oh no, Rihanna, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm talking about
so
everybody.
Badu box comes from Erykah Badu.
Oh,
You familiar with Erykah Badu?
kind of.
But you know, she's a singer. She's holistic, and she's a 5% like me. She's all about the people. And when men fuck her, they usually be a gangster, and they start fucking her and they be pro-black, but they start fucking her and they be effeminate. It be weird shit be happening. And so we just be like, her box, with the pussy, it's got to be crazy. So we started calling women. We have that exceptional. We have that exceptional. We like, oh, she got Badu box, and my comment was that Rihanna has Badu box.
Yeah, she got baby. She got baby
I
body.
mean, the right
Rihanna
woman
Drake.
can do that. So
That's a
yes.
fact.
The who? What?
The right woman can do that for a man.
Yeah, I agree. If you got Badu box.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there. I'm watching them too.
Yeah.
Just deal with it, my G.
Yeah.
It'll all work out back at the
It
castle.
happens. It happens.
Back at the castle.
Exactly.
I was definitely touching your face. Like, what is he gonna say?
I changed you.
And I agree.
Hey.
And I agree.
And that's funny because in the NWA movie, when Suge Knight was like telling Eazy-E he would let Drake go out of the contract, and he was like, nah. He was like, don't make me change you, Eric. I was like, oh shit.
Oh,
That's a gangster
Did
threat.
he make that face?
Yeah, he like, don't make me change you, Eric. Like you know I'll do it. I'm like,
I need to go rewatch this.
what does it
Me too,
mean?
'cause that's-
What does change you mean?
I'm
Jesus. Exactly. Matter of fact, I'm saying that. Like, the next girl I be flirting around with, she's
No,
like,
you would have scared him
I'm
away.
not. She's like, ha, like, you gonna fight it? Yeah, but you ain't ready for this. Don't make me change you.
And she would be like, you know what?
Someone please call 911. Blow the rape whistle.
Yeah.
Don't make
She's
me
gonna be chasing her
change you.
friend your dress. Like, this is where I'm going down.
Don't make me change you, Ashanti.
Fuck no.
Don't make me change you, Amara.
Safety first.
But I'm gonna do it right as long as you keep it tight. Cause my name is
Dolomite.
Hey, segue.
Indeed. Netflix and chill. I mean, what can we say, young? Eddie Murphy bringing back one of the greatest black characters in black exploitation
History.
Dolomite.
Shout out to
Rudy
Rudy
Ray
Ray Moore.
Moore.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy about this? The movie is going to be about Rudy Ray Moore's life.
Right.
It's not like a remake of one of the movies. It's going to be about his life and how he developed the Dolomite character. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of
Kinda like a
blaxploitation
documentary?
movies.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be a movie.
So it's gonna be a movie.
But in the movie, he's playing a famous
Ruby,
actor.
yeah, he's playing, yeah.
Who is the star of the Dolomite movie series.
Okay.
Did I explain that right? Did I get
Yes,
yeah,
you did.
yeah.
Okay.
Which makes it even better, in my opinion.
Because I didn't want him to remake Dolomite.
That's what I
That
thought.
would've been
Okay.
corny
That's
as
great.
fuck.
Because
Yeah.
Dolomite was a corny movie.
Of course it
So we're
is.
gonna learn more about this man.
Yeah, we
Just-
learn more,
okay.
exactly. Because Dolomite, people always make the joke that he's one of the first rappers.
Yes.
Because like all of his little, I'm gonna beat your pussy down and tell everybody around the town. And that's all his lines in the movie. So it was like,
Way down in the jungle deep, lion stepped on a signified monkey's feet. Monkey said, motherfucker, can't you see? You're standing on my goddamn feet. That was Dolomite.
and,
You can watch this?
yeah, like Dolomite is old blaxploitation. I'm a big blaxploitation movie fan. My favorite movie of all time is The
But
Mac.
it might be worth watching.
No. It's worth watching because you're gonna laugh.
And how bad
You're not gonna finish it because it's that bad. But for the first 30 minutes, you're gonna be like, yeah, this nigga just, and then they karate. Because none of them is up food.
Thanks
So
for
they
bringing it
karate.
up.
Let's do a karate fight, JD.
Yeah.
You're like, huh.
The nigga kick somebody like this, huh? And the nigga go fly
Man, 8
like,
feet. I mean, it's bad.
oh, it's so horrible.
A lot of blaxploitation movies were actually good.
Those of you on the podcast missed that entire. Like,
Yeah, I hope the whole.
So you gotta catch
Reenactment.
that.
One of a kind.
Yeah, watch it on YouTube. Follow our YouTube channel, Upon Name Kickback. Follow us on Instagram, Upon Name Kickback. Follow us on Twitter, Upon Name Kickback. Follow us on Christian Mingle, Upon Name Kickback. Follow us on Hente.com, Upon Name Kickback. Follow us on MySpace and Black Planet, Upon Name Kickback. We're actually on Jay's website too as Upon Name Kickback. Follow us, plenty of fish, we everywhere. Tinder. Yep.
too?
Tinder, Upon Name
Okay.
Kickback.
Alright.
So, having said that, I look forward to that. Eddie Murphy also is going to rumored to do some stand-up on Netflix. And Dave Chappelle has a new special.
Yes.
That's going to be dropping next Monday. Not tomorrow, not this Monday, but next Monday. A new comedy special, August 26th.
Totally catching that.
So we're gonna, yeah.
Oh, they not playing.
I mean, they shouldn't be. They about to charge us even more, aren't they?
Well,
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, they're going up again.
Yeah, and they're doing it because they're losing out. Like the Disney network is doing their thing with
can't wait
Disney,
for that.
Hulu, and ESPN.
well,
And
it's
then
not
Amazon.
Amazon. Yeah, I was about to say
And we're
Amazon.
gonna get
Prime.
Amazon
Yes, I
Prime.
love
And we're
Amazon.
gonna-
And Hulu.
exactly. And Amazon Prime. Well, you know what I do? I have DirecTV now, which is not cable, but it's their internet streaming TV. So I get all the channels, and then I have Hulu for free because I'm a Sprint customer. So I get Hulu
okay.
free, and then I have Netflix separate, and I got my sister Amazon Prime. So I got a lot of
Our
shit.
sister.
Yeah, right. But I'm thinking, so I don't need Disney's new Disney Plus.
But none of the
Hulu
movies are on.
plus
Where are you
Netflix.
getting your Disney movies then?
He's not.
Oh,
Okay.
I have Fire Stick. Joe.
Well, there
But
is
on
that.
where? Because I don't have the Fire Stick and I can't get.
Jailbroken.
Oh yeah, you gotta jailbreak it.
Well, I
Oh,
did
yeah.
jailbreak mine, so I had to do it again then.
Yeah.
Because
You
I
wanna
want
get
these
updated.
Disney
You
movies.
want to get updated. But I'm still watching Avengers shit. I don't know if they're going to some kind of way remove it from that.
No, not
excuse
from
me.
Fire Stick.
I do not have my Fire Stick Jailbroken. I have it regular, and I don't see Disney movies. Just for the record.
So, at any rate, moving before we incriminate ourselves, yes, the fifth, shut the fuck up, the fifth, the fifth, plead the fifth, shut the fuck up. Okay, anyway, moving on, back to Amazon Prime,
And the what they're doing.
and the network that both of us have legally acquired.
Legally.
Proper channels and are enjoying very much. They have lots of shows out there. That Meek Mill documentary is the truth. You know, I caught a little bit of that new, and there's much more. But let's open it up with that.
Yeah, for all the Jay-Z detractors, he put together this documentary for Meek Mill all about social justice and prison reform. And it tells the story of how Meek Mill got caught up in a situation that he was not guilty of and been on probation for 11 years. And I have been I'm on a record saying that I'm going to jail over probation from now on in my life. Because when you're on probation, you're basically still a prisoner. And they do whatever they want to you. and they can violate you any time, whether you're guilty or not. And I was violated, and I felt like I damn near lost everything off of violation. And then the judge was like, wait a minute, why are you in here? And you can go home now. I'm like, bitch, I done lost my job and every fucking thing else. Like, oh, I'm sorry this happened. It shouldn't have happened. Yo, it shouldn't have happened. Don't fix my life, nigga. It shouldn't have. Like, you're sorry, bitch. Like you, Cherokee County, fuck you. Like, you sorry?
Let's just put it this way. The goal is always to end probation and its restrictions on your personal liberties as quickly as possible, as peacefully as possible. You know, real nigga shit, most of the time, it's a money game for them. So they throw a high-ass dollar fucking figure at you and then throw all of these stipulations on the back end to keep you paying that money.
Yes.
If and where you can, just pay that money up front and it changes. But check on that. You know, again, let me go back to the central theme, right? Get out of probation as quickly as possible, as peaceably as possible. So if that means paying all them fines and that bullshit up front, then do that. If that means, honestly, real talk news, sitting in jail for 3 days or 4 days or a week or whatever it is, rather than letting them tie you up for 2 years.
But in a lot of these cases, it's sitting in jail for 3 years.
Okay, so that was gonna be my.
So it ain't like we talk about a broad gamut of things.
That's what I mean. Absolutely true.
So a lot of times it's taking the 5 years jail over the 15 years probation. Yeah, and I know that sounds crazy because you're like 5 years, but I hate probation. There is a situation where I would take it, you know, if it gets too exorbitant. But probation was the bane of my existence. It was probation, my ex-girlfriend, and then Trump. Then the 3 things that like rock my world. Like,
but how do you break that down to a young kid? Because when I watched this Meek Mill series, it made me think about the younger kids who are caught up in the system and who don't have the access to all of these different things that Meek had the access to. Even though during that time he was still in a very fucking situation and still is. But what about those kids who don't have people behind them rooting for them? How do you explain to them, serve that time, or, you know, what is your advice to those young men? Because there's so many. When I saw Meek, I just saw all of our younger brothers and sisters too. Like,
so in my opinion, the first thing you need to do is intelligently seek out legal advice to understand exactly what that situation is.
Yeah, unfortunately, in this situation, these poor kids can't. So that.
Well, let me finish. No. I hear that. I understand that is an obstacle, but the legal process always includes due process. So at a minimum, you can at least have a public defender.
Right, that's not good enough. But I am deliberately refuting you because that is not an option. Like, a public defender does not work for you. They got a bunch of cases and they just throw your shit together. So I'm saying, strike one. You can't tell them that. That's bullshit. They're not going to listen. I'm just telling you as a nigga, like we're not listening to that shit. So what else you got? I wanted to go first. You threw your hand up. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, I mean, but
that doesn't work.
But I don't. I mean, aside from that, there are legal advocacy groups that work specifically.
Who in the hood knows what they are?
That's what we have to share with them, and that's the only thing that you can do is give additional information. That's the only thing that you can do, because this is an untenable proposition. I'm not saying that I've got the golden answer, the rainbow bridge to get you to freedom from fucking probation. If you're asking me for that, then I don't have an answer. What I do have are ideas and suggestions, and I think that's where we start. Like, I didn't say I had a magic answer, because one doesn't exist. If I did, the injustice wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, she's like, yeah, I got it.
I was like, let me talk first, because the first thing starts with understanding the conditions of the probation versus understanding the conditions of the imprisonment, and making sure that you understand them. Whatever that is, talking to a public defender, finding a lawyer, going to a legal advocacy group, or literally saying to the judge's face or whoever's face, I don't understand this. Because that is
Google.
Because the start is saying, I need more time to understand what the fuck I'm looking at. Because by law, They have to give you that time. That's what it is. So before you make any decision about...
But they don't.
No, by law,
but they don't do it. But I don't want to hear about the law. They don't do it.
We're operating within a courtroom, news, so we have to start with the judicial process.
I think that's the wrong way to start.
So where do we start then? If we can't start with the judicial process,
I'm gonna tell you why we can't start there, because they're not doing things fairly. Like, you were in court with me when the judge apologized that I was locked up. Like, they're not doing it the right way. They're not giving you the right information, so you can't depend on them. Like, I lived through this. You can't do it. They would just say whatever they want, lock you up, and they go, oops, our bad. And it's like, oops, our bad don't fucking work, nigga. Like, and I bring my specific situation up because I lost my job, I lost my livelihood. You know, I lost a lot off of the oops. So they're not, giving you the proper time. They're not doing that. So my issue is, when you're in that situation, what do you do? When they're not giving you the proper time, when they're not giving you the proper information, when they're not arming you with the proper legal team, when you don't have money to do it on your own, what do they do? And what I'm going to say right now is Google is your friend. You know what I'm saying? And I do think that JB had a point when he said you seek out legal counsel, but I think that the issue is we can't afford it. So I'm going to say, and I'll do it like this. If you got a crew, a bunch of niggas you hang around with, you hustle, you do your thing with, y'all need to have some money up for lawyer. It need to be, everybody need to put into a pot, $20 a week, $100 a week, $1,000 a week, whatever you can afford. There needs to be a fund to the side for legal counsel so that you can have the money. If you're just a poor nigga in the hood, you ain't hustling and you ain't got a way out of it, but you was driving while black, I mean, I think your best bet is to go to the media and try to get one of these celebrities or somebody in your community that's knowledgeable of the situation, because you can't just, like, I had the poorest, I had the lowest paid lawyer probably in Georgia on my case, and it showed. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I could afford at the time. And so it ain't about getting legal counsel, because when you're not paying that kind of money, one, you can't buy nobody off, and two, the lawyer ain't gonna go over so hard. You're paying all that money to buy people off. If you ain't got the money, you can't buy nobody off. So you're just short with this fuck ass lawyer that ain't doing shit because you ain't paying them. So the issue is when you don't have money and you're in that position, what do? And I think you just make a lot of noise about it. I think you just make sure that everybody knows your case and what's going on, and and you get your crew. You call that cousin you ain't talked to in a while, and try to do what JB said to get a lawyer or get some legal counsel. But the issue is a lot of people don't have enough money to get legal counsel, and then what do they do?
I think it starts with understanding. So I'm going to go back to what you said before. And if Google is the best bet for you to get the information that you need, so be it. But what I do know is this. There are always charges presented. There is always evidence presented. There is always your response to whatever those charges are. And then there is always the concept of what the consequences are. And typically that entails a choice, right? Yeah. So what you need to understand in those situations, what your primary focus should be, in my opinion, is understanding exactly what that choice means and what that entails. And you need to do your best work getting there, because that is the crux of the decision. Do I fight this in court? Do I take probation? Do I go to jail? And that's what you need to understand. That's really tricky, because they start going, I'm going to give you 2 years if you just take it. But if you fight it, 30 years. And then you wind up going 2 years for some shit you ain't even do. We need criminal justice reform. That's the real answer. It is. I don't think it really starts with you, the person being accused. You have to do what you have to do, because all you can control is you. That's all I'm saying.
You can't really wait for the world to catch up.
That's all I'm
saying. But it's a fucked up situation.
Yeah.
It is. You saying
I'm saying educate yourself
absolutely.
down. educate your family, educate your kids, because once you're in it, it seems like I know I watched that the last time.
Yep.
But it seems like once you're in it is when it becomes even more difficult because now you're in a time crunch and your parents are panicking, whoever's supporting you is panicking, trying to help you, and so the information then becomes almost like, where is it? Because now we're scared, so we don't know where it is. So now is the time when you're not in that situation to educate yourself, and we need to make those advocacy groups more visible to our people because they're there, but where are they? You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to start, if we gotta start posting them once a week.
Harvard clubs nationwide in major cities have black legal advocacy groups. So you can go to the Harvard Law Club of Atlanta, the Harvard
No, I'm just
Law
saying
Club
we need
of
to
Washington,
share them more.
Well, I'm trying to share them right now,
There you
like
go.
right at this moment.
In the process.
Harvard Law Clubs in every big major city do legal advocacy. Basically, they do like AFL-CIO type stuff, but at a local level. So if you need solid legal counsel, they will step in. They also do poll monitoring in most of those situations. It is a political advocacy group, but they are lawyers, right? So they're bringing a different flavor.
What about Legal Shield? I remember we used to tell me to
Legal
sign up
Shield
for
is
So
them.
much we hear about them. Like sometimes I'll hear good things about Legal Shield, and then sometimes I'll hear it's a ripoff. So what? Yes,
I'm not. Yeah, I can't say either way.
Yeah.
That's just another name. You know who helps out people who can't afford lawyers and they need help with social justice and reform and can't get to a legal team to help them, and when they're downtrodden they can't get out. You know who helps a lot of those people? Jay-Z.
I knew he was
Well,
going
me
back.
too.
Motherfucker.
He was going back. We all knew
I just
that.
said
You
it.
bailed out all the Tulsa protesters.
We all like,
I just
here
looked
it
at it like,
comes.
all right.
Here
You
it
know
comes.
who bailed out all of the Tulsa protesters? All of them?
I wasn't even gonna answer.
Jay-Z.
Full circle. Full circle.
All right, so
I was like, this is not
before we
right.
get out of here, I'm gonna put Jade on the spot. Jade, give us one nice juicy topic that we can leave with. Go around the board on something quick. Then I'm gonna cut this part out of the show and place it on YouTube by itself. This gonna be something good, something nasty. JB Nipple's gonna get hard. It's gonna be crazy.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't wanna see that.
Yeah, that's not. You're not gonna see that. That's not gonna happen.
Well.
Whoa, hey, pumping the brakes here.
Okay, well this is August, and August is Anal Pleasure Month. And
Okay.
so,
Did not know that.
yes,
You know,
it is. And so that does not necessarily only mean anal sex, but it could mean pleasuring, any sort of anal pleasure, like how you like to get rim jobs, different
Is
things.
that what that's called?
Yes, it is. Different things like that. So,
Happens to also be
Really
my
interested
birth
in
month.
this topic.
Yeah, I was born in
maybe.
August.
JB's birthday is Tuesday.
Indeed.
happy
Tuesday.
early birthday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
We did
You
happy
can sing
birthday.
for us at the end, correct?
Happy
I sang
birthday.
now.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
Well, August
For
Anal
JB's
Pleasure Month.
birthday, we did a kickback on Friday. We did the pool yesterday. We did the show today. And his birthday is on Tuesday. And we're gonna talk about this anal pleasure in a second. But
Yeah.
before we get into it, Nicole is gonna do a happy birthday to JB
Well, hear what you got to
for
say about
the anal
that
pleasure
one.
month.
Oh my God. Happy birthday to you.
Hey.
Happy birthday to you.
What?
Happy birthday, dear Jane.
Come on!
Happy birthday to you.
I was being DMX.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
That was
So
awesome.
next time, I'm gonna need you to just let her do it.
Next time I'll-
All the extra stuff really threw it off for me.
Totally agree.
I can
with that.
barely even hear her.
Luckily, you didn't do it in the mic, so.
I felt that coming.
That's what she said.
Oh.
She felt
So let's talk about this.
Yes. I mean, so what do you, it's Anal Pleasure Month. And I think, so a lot of women are afraid to explore anal pleasure because of fear that it will hurt, because the fear that they will shit right the next few days. Just different fears.
Y'all
that
be
they
laughing,
have.
but this ain't gonna affect y'all.
True. However, I would like to say that with the proper communication, being prepared, and slowly easing your way into it, you won't have those issues.
That and a lot of lubricant.
And a lot of, well, I don't use
just
lubricant
because if you make a
because I
woman
am just naturally very wet when I'm aroused, so that's just what I use. No, I don't use it for anything. No.
And I try to think the woman has a vaginal orgasm first, then the ass.
Yeah, so I
opens
say participate in foreplay and regular intercourse first. That way you're fully aroused and you're relaxed, and then your muscles will be a lot more relaxed. And then that way he can go in with much more ease than if you just try to have anal sex as soon as you guys get in the bedroom.
Yeah.
But
Anyone else?
it is possibly one of the best. It's possibly one of the best orgasms a woman can have.
That's a fact.
And
I mean, it doesn't count.
Put a star on that.
no, it doesn't.
I'm gonna jump in really quickly. My experience has been to.
You wanna jump in real quick?
So my experience has been give her a vaginal orgasm. That's gonna loosen everything up, and the juices are gonna flow, and the ass does get juicy. Ladies' asses does get juicy. I've also
No, go ahead.
Oh yeah. I've also noticed that I didn't know women had anal orgasms until like 12 years ago. I was fucking a woman in her ass, and I was like, yo, she's acting like she's coming. Like, this is crazy. Like, she's acting like she had a multiple orgasm. Like, this shit crazy. And then I was like, you was acting like you was coming. She was like, nigga,
Right.
you know how many times I fucking came? And I was like,
Yeah.
how?
Because the woman has a prostate too.
Indeed.
Boom. So when I realized that, I think anybody that watches the show knows I have an orgasm fetish. So I'm just get off on any kind of female's orgasm, and to find out late in the game, because I was like, thinking 30 when I found this shit out. So I wasn't young. I was, I found out late, and it just added to my list. Like, I coined the term trifecta. And we talked about it when Kiki was on our show. And a trifecta is when you give a woman a vaginal, clitoral, and an anal orgasm in the same night.
And it can happen.
Oh, it can happen.
Yeah.
Trifecta. Shout out to, you was there.
We call that in up north, we call that a hat trick. There's 3 goals in the That's a hat trick.
Anal pleasure is a lot of fun. I say prepare yourselves, women, before. That means you gotta play with yourself before you allow someone else to do it. So that's butt plugs. During masturbation, put a butt plug back there. Explore the different size butt plugs. Even use a smaller size dildo, because if you know what you can take, then you can tell him how much you can take.
And then I'll say this: I think that it also takes patience.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
And
don't do it drunk. I hate when people say get drunk and do it. Don't do it drunk, because first of all,
sounds like a mess.
Yeah, and a lot of women will encourage other women their first time. They say, "Girl, just get drunk and you won't feel nothing." But how about remembering the experience?
Yeah.
I want to remember it. I don't give a damn about if some shit comes out, because I want to remember what happened. Like,
it should come out anyway. I was fucking girl vaginally and pushed her legs back in the loop. Came up.
But and then
I literally fucked the shit out of it.
That also goes into preparing yourself. So if you know you want to engage in a little anal that day, then clean that area out. First of all, women, you should be cleaning your areas out very well. You can stick your finger up there while you're washing, and just
clean the
clean
tank.
it.
I did somebody that was somebody's fault. That was the phone. And I also add this, like, you're gonna have a level of maturity. There's a fart or something when you're dealing with the ass. Don't be a fucking dickhead. And also, one key thing that I've discovered, and I'm not the expert on this, so I'm, Jay, correct me if I'm wrong, but I say the first time doesn't need to be anal sex. The first time can just be a finger.
Oh no, definitely. It should
or
be
just a tongue, and then you get them used to it.
But that's why I say
figure it out.
That's why I say wear butt plugs, because you don't even have to be a finger. It she's wearing that first time, just to allow her to relax with something back there while she's having sex. It could be a finger short, but there are other things that can, there's vibrating anal plugs out there that are freaking amazing. So I do reviews on sex toys. You can go to my YouTube channel, Passion After Dark with Jade. Passion After Dark with Jade.
What is it?
I have Passion After Dark with Jade.
What is it?
Passion
After Dark with Jade. I want to make sure they go.
That is my YouTube channel.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, baby. You said that John quick as shit. So I was like, I didn't get that one.
Passion After Dark with Jade. And I do sex toy reviews. And so I get toys that come in and I do reviews on them.
I do ask you a question. You ever try that one where it's like a mobile app?
So I actually,
And, like,
that's my fantasy.
Actually,
That's
let
my
me just
fantasy.
tell you guys. So yesterday I had a date night. So a company who I'm affiliate of, Spectrum Boutique, sent me the Eska Vibe. The Eska 2, which is that. And so you put it in and you download the app, and he can play on the app while you guys are out in public. And so I actually did a review. I'm doing a
That's
review
my
on
fantasy.
that.
That's my fantasy.
Yeah, so I'm doing a review on that soon. And I have
What's the one?
It's the one that I have is the Eska.
How do you spell that?
ESCA2, and it's from Spectrum Boutique.
Yes.
And when we posted it in the kickback group a few times, we posted videos of girls doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So you watch, look in the group.
Yeah, it's pretty
But
fun.
that has been my fantasy for about 5 years. We actually made a joke with Kiki was on here, and I don't take Kiki on the day and do it. We actually talked about that shit. So that is number one on my sexual list.
So there are two.
It's
there are
number
two
one
different
on my
types.
list.
I'm
But-
actually reviewing another one from another company that I think might be a little bit better, but you gotta follow me.
Okay, we'll do it. And the one I was talking about didn't have an app. Yeah, the one I was talking about didn't have an app. It was a wireless
so
control.
that's the one.
I'm nefarious and cutting mine.
So the one that
Well, the app is new. Like I've been on it so long that it was just a remote.
It connects to your Bluetooth through but the one that I just did a review on, it's an app. But I also have another one.
So how was that one?
So the review hasn't came out just yet, but I will say we encountered a few glitches, as with any app, anything like that.
Yes.
But when we were able to get it to work, it was amazing to me because it's right on the G spot, and.
Wait, so this one goes inside?
No, so the one that I have goes inside.
Oh.
It's not the vibrating panties. No, it's
I think the vibrating
that's
panties.
old.
No, this one you can put inside.
No, and it looks like a little egg. It's probably about maybe that big. I have a picture of it.
See, his only problem, he's evil, and I don't abuse it.
Well, and then so this is the app. Look.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is the app, and so this is the one that I have, and the app is the only. See, I'm about to give away who had control of that.
I'm not even looking at it. I'm
Name
looking
just
at
popped
the
up right
I see JB or something.
So the
looking for
app
the technical
allows you
information.
to. These are the functions, right? This is one
Really?
part. Then they also it also allows you to control it yourself, and you can tap it. But wait, then it also allows you to create your own vibrations.
Club. So does that mean that it responds rhythmically?
So wait. So then this
Get the
one,
fuck-
this one is the club one. So let's just say we have some music playing, and you put this on, and it can respond to the music and the
It
vibrations.
shoots and scores.
This is the
Until
Eska 2.
tomorrow.
The Eska 2 from Spectrum.
Yep.
Oh,
Yes.
Yep.
That's
Yes.
good too.
So this one was
ESCA.
fun. Like I said, we just encountered a few little glitches, but I feel like with time those will be fixed.
Y'all just need to sit close together to keep.
No,
that
but
going.
this one you can do. You can be 28 feet away from them. For whatever reason it kept disconnecting from his phone. So it's just small things that they probably have.
So how big is it?
So the actual thing that goes inside of you might be like this. I'm sorry, it's probably like this big.
Oh, it's not. Okay,
It's not an egg
that's not
size.
bad.
It's silicone.
Like so, but you don't
And
need
it has it's probably bigger than a yoni egg, definitely. And it has the string that comes, not a string, but like a cord that comes out of it, and it's a light at the end of it, which is so funny to me.
You realize you're
light
saying
at
this
the
to
end
the
of it.
gangster geek, right? Like,
And also, listen, I'm telling you guys,
shit is
I have
amazing.
developed some great partnerships with some major toy companies. And I have a lot of toys that I'm going to be reviewing
you
over
know,
the next.
This is number
Listen,
three.
I can definitely. I may have something for you when you come do my.
Oh, me too. This is
my
number
show.
one on my
Like,
list.
I'm doing a review
Like-
of the wand, which looks just like this, and that toy.
Oh Lord.
Oh.
See, I've never owned
The
it.
wand?
He always thinks I've owned a dildo.
No, dildos. See, I feel like dildos are played. There's so many other amazing toys out there that
I've always wanted to try this one though.
that one is fun.
Me too.
I would say do that.
That concept, I'm like, oh, this not.
But like, do you have regular vibrators?
I have just my original, which is perfectly fine.
So I
It's never broken,
have one
so-
toy that I haven't used and I just got it and I'm doing a review on it. I can say that it hasn't been used at all. And it's a vibrator. It's probably about this, looks like this. And those things are powerful. So I can like gift it to you. You know, you guys explore it together.
Or you can make because you get
Vibrators are fun, listen. Alright.
Fellas, you better play with these toys with your ladies. Stop being dumb. Don't be dumb.
And then enjoy
I use all the
but then
tools
also
of those.
allow her
You got
to
that
enjoy
right.
it without you. Like the toy doesn't mean that she's replacing you.
It
A
does
lot of
not at all.
times men get intimidated by a sex
No,
toy.
no.
A woman has to be
No.
able to have her own time
Absolutely.
without you. And if the
Absolutely.
vibrator comes, because first of all, the orgasm that my man gives me, no vibrator can give me. Now, do they give me some true orgasms? Yeah.
Pay attention.
But it would never replace them. And I think that men should allow their women to explore that side of
Absolutely.
them, even when they're not there.
So
Absolutely.
just don't go crazy and start desensitizing your clit because you're doing it too much.
Now, see but it takes so much to do that.
And some women.
Yeah, but it takes a lot to
Some
get to
women
that
do
point.
that much.
It takes a lot to get
Like,
to that point.
if as a man, if I jerk off every day, every night, when I get in pussy, I can barely come because I jerk off so much. And same thing with women.
Stigma's down. Is that what you mean?
Stimulation.
Stamina.
Stigma, stimulation.
Yeah.
No,
and
it's
so,
a
and so
yes,
women,
stimulation.
and so women can put the vibrator on their clit, and their clit is a little
Desensitized.
So I think that
literally.
it takes a lot of time for a woman to get to that point. That's not
Right.
just
I
something
agree.
that
I agree. But there are women who work that hard.
Yeah, and that could be women who might be single, and this could be they could be going through their single life.
I'm gonna put it to you
I know.
like this.
I know.
Some of these toys got like a 4-hour battery life and that kind
I
of
don't
shit.
know none of them.
I'm just,
Even the ones that have USB.
well, like an hour,
you get an hour and a half.
well, an hour, 90 minutes.
But
That's-
listen,
that's-
no,
I'm
but
not-
you can't
but
do
I'm
that.
not-
Wait,
but I'm not
you
talking
can't
about-
do that because it takes a woman almost 20 minutes to have an orgasm.
Yeah, but
It
it's
takes
not-
us
I'm not-
a lot longer.
I'm not
No,
talking about-
a woman by herself, playing by herself. It takes her a lot longer to orgasm. Think about women who've never even orgasmed before. It takes a woman. Now, yeah, when you're with your partner, you might can get there a little bit sooner because he knows what he's doing. But when you're exploring your body by yourself, it's going to take you so much longer.
Yeah, and I'm not even speaking about how long it takes. I'm talking about the frequency. I know women who just like they call it jelling off, like jerk off and jill off, like jack off, jill off. Women who jill off first thing in the morning, maybe at work, then at night, then before bed. These women are masturbating 3, 4, 5 times a day, and then want to have sex.
What makes them happy?
What happened?
Yeah, see, I really just feel like it
You
depends.
slipped.
Yeah, you
Don't
almost
call
called
it.
it. I almost said it for you. I really think that it depends on the woman because I've talked to women who masturbate a lot and have never experienced that. And then you will meet some women who just have very sensitive clitoris and they did too much, you know what I'm saying? So I think it just really depends on the woman, but that should not stop you from exploring yourself. That shouldn't scare you from spending that alone time with yourself. Like every woman needs to know what she can do to make herself orgasm.
But so that you can
we
communicate
give
with us.
too much power, but then at the same time, I feel like we give too much power to the man to be able to please us. That we don't even know how
I
to
don't
please
mind.
ourselves.
I don't mind that.
No, but what I'm speaking on is just when a woman knowing her body. Like it's not
I
about
agree
you
with you.
at the end of the day, right?
You're right.
A woman needs to know because then, like you said, then we can tell you what we like. But at the same time, what if you're not there no more and I'm just by myself for however long I'm single, but I don't even know how to give myself an orgasm and now I'm
Just
miserable.
shoot me a text
And now I'm miserable. Shut up.
Yeah, hit me on that app. Hit me with the invite through the app.
I just want women to know that it goes beyond the man. And at the end of the day, it's about you and what makes you happy and how to explore you. Yeah, we love our
That's
men.
the next enhancement. They're gonna have them apps and they're gonna work over Wi-Fi, over the internet. So that nigga's gonna be in Chicago.
That's almost like Black Mirror. I don't know if y'all saw the recent episode of Black Mirror.
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it.
Wait, was the one game?
The game, yeah, the virtual reality game.
Yes.
Yeah.
I started that and never finished it.
Yeah.
But fellas,
Yeah, how did you?
fellas, I will say y'all this. I know for me,
How
if
did you feel?
I get into what's going on? Don't go on the show. I haven't seen it.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Okay.
But I will say this: I noticed that if I jerk off a lot, I lose sensation, and then the poor girl just I'm like, damn, I'm sorry.
Now, are you jerking off a lot before like the day of? Or?
That's when
But then you're also getting older.
Just
you have to
whenever I get
realize
into
too
a
that
zone.
your age plays a part in that. So maybe you need to hold on to it.
I know, I agree. What I'm saying is I don't jerk off a lot because I know what's going to happen.
That.
I know it's going to, that poor girl is going to be there all night.
I'm trying to give you help.
Oh.
I'm about to turn the lights off and just get some motion. Like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm done.
Ew!
When she, no. When he's with his girl, if you're masturbating too much, turn the lights off and you tell, okay, I'm about to come grab some lotion. Like, oh, okay, that's done. Yes.
Oh my God.
And then get a towel. Like, okay, look, I gotta clean this up, baby. We good.
You are too right.
No, I still want the nut. I still want
But
it
you know
though.
what? Apparently,
But
it's good for men
to
jack off before they have sex. Like men who are getting older. Like, go ahead and get that first nut off. That way, the second one lasts a little bit longer.
I don't have an issue because my first nut is going to last a long time anyway. That's my issue. Is that I don't. My first nut going. It is a problem by itself. But if I jerk off a lot,
you've been jerking off like the whole week and then Friday comes.
what I'm saying, yes. What I'm saying is no matter what, my first nut is going to take a long time. If I don't jerk off at all, if I don't jerk off in 3 months, that's life.
Okay.
Now, my issue is if I've been jerking off, I started to feel like this isn't fair now. I'm putting this poor girl through too much. You know what I'm saying? Like because
it's taking you longer.
It's taking me so long.
Okay. Yeah. So then that's what I'm saying. That day before, that day of, shouldn't you masturbate that one day before? Not the day before, the day of. Say she's coming over at 6. At 2 o'clock, you get off that first nut. Isn't that going to?
My first nut's going to be a long time no matter what. So if I jerk off, it's going to be even longer.
If I know I'm fucking that day, I'm not jerking off that day at all.
Well, let me explain to you. My issue is it takes me too long to nut no matter what happens.
Okay. Really?
So if I jerk off, if I don't jerk off, it can take 30, 40 minutes. If I do jerk off, it's an hour or something. I'm saying that I can't jerk off because it takes me a long time to nut, period.
Okay.
So jerking off the day of or the day before is just, it's going to make it worse. Like I don't nut quick, period.
So then maybe instead of having sex for that long, that's when foreplay and all these other acts come in.
Exactly. I agree, and that's what I do.
I tried to get what you were saying.
You're 100% right. My thing is that it takes me a long time to come, period.
Okay.
That's
because that way you're not torturing her little vagina.
Exactly.
I'm not saying it's little because it might be fat. But, do some other stuff. That's when you stay downtown a little bit longer, do some anal stuff, do some kissing, do some things in between. That way when you do get in there, then it's like, all right.
I figured it out. As long as I'm not drinking off excessively, because it's very rare when it's like, God damn, nigga, this shit. but I know that if I've been jerking off, I know that, it can be like, nigga, like, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to prove? Like,
and after a while, a woman, she becomes dry, and she becomes, and then, swelling happens, and, all those different things. Yeah, and then later on, it's going to affect us and our health more than it's going to affect you.
And it's very true, and it's like, we don't do it on purpose either. Right. And it's not like we're not having fun, it's just, it's going on for so long.
Yeah, I get it.
And it hurts. And then we feel bad because they can't finish. Right. And we're hurting.
And then I feel bad. Oh, I had a girl. She cussed me out. I had a girl storm out of my house because she couldn't make me come. Like, she just stormed out like, fuck you, motherfucker. I'm like, how was it fuck me? Like, what did I do? All that. And she
you don't get it?
Right, she left, and then she came back.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about like how y'all are like, oh well, it must be something wrong with you.
No,
that's
insecurity a lot of times.
I think that women who do that are selfish.
Well, but it happens.
A lot of women will make a man feel bad for something that's going on as far as in the sex or him not coming or something like that. I think that that's so selfish on the female part because there's so many other things that are taking place in a man ejaculating. I mean, it ain't just nut coming out of his penis. Like there's the whole body is in that moment. Just think about how long it takes for a woman to have an orgasm, and a lot of women don't even experience them until they're in their 30s. And if you've already experienced them, that's amazing for you because a lot of women are not. So I think it's really selfish. But no, I think it's really selfish for a woman to make a man feel less of himself in that moment. So if you are doing that as a woman, fuck you because that's
right. Fuck you.
That's dead ass. Like
that. You know what she's saying? I was going up and down as fast as I could.
You like,
But the other thing is, I feel like sometimes girls don't give guys long enough time to explain why. Because, some guys don't want to nut yet because they want to keep on going.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if they're enjoying the female, what they are, they want to end yet because it's probably the best sex they've ever had.
And you know when a man doesn't want to end. Like, he does different things in that moment.
He'll pop the brakes for a second.
Yeah. Like, all of a sudden, you're like, hey,
you can tell when he's pumping the brakes and when he's pressing the gas, but it just ain't happening.
Yes.
Those two different things.
Yes. And if you're in tune with each other's bodies, then you can definitely pick
I have a question for the men. Is that really hard for y'all to have to think of something else not to ejaculate? Like,
not at 43. No, when I was in high school, I used to think of Flavor Flav and Hulk Hogan wrestling.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
That was keeping from
You had to go all the way there?
Yeah. When I was in high school, I was about 8 minutes brother. We get right to like 7 minutes and 55 seconds. Fuck it. But I was
Jesus.
Moving on.
We went to a horrible place.
All I'm saying is now, like.
I meant think of like candy or shopping.
I was thinking,
I thought another
I had two something to keep me disengaged.
Yeah, I'd be like, what are we going grocery shopping for later? Not there. I
to think of something that would, that would turn me on. Like now,
I might jump out the bed.
You might end up slamming your car. Oh shit, baby, I'm sorry. I didn't put you in a wrestling mode.
Right.
Get the chair.
I welcome that now. I welcome it. I don't do any fighting. I don't do any resistance. I welcome it.
You were on track, didn't you?
Of course, but then I didn't invent the choke and stroke. I didn't invent it.
Oh my God.
I perfected it though. I perfected it. The choke and stroke. I perfected it. And ladies, before we got out of here, having your oxygen supply being deteriorated, diminished by a certain amount while you're coming.
It's amazing. It's almost like edging.
Yeah.
It's similar to edging in a way.
I had a girl that liked it so much, she dated and passed out. She had
oh my God, I watched this video. I have to show you guys this video. I watched
this is how I knew what was happening. Like, so I'm on top of her, so she did this.
Oh.
And I barely felt it. I'm like, are you touching me? And I looked down and I was like, what's up?
Look at my bookmark.
And she was just like, nigga, I was this close to you. I'll tell you who it was.
Wait. Speaking of choking, it's gonna come. You guys can do what you need to do for the rest of the show. This is just my Twitter page, and these are the.
So we might have to cut the show
definitely
a little early.
All right, so thank you for tuning in to a pod named Kickback. Also, the Black CNN, JB Frank, No Break Snoop, Jade, Jeremy, Nicole. If you're following us now, if you're watching this shit now, make sure you follow us on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Facebook. Everything is a pod named Kickback. Indeed. On every site, everywhere. Thank you for tuning in. Uno, we out.
Good night. God